Yeah, hey, there I do this, never fear losing. And when I get up in the game, yeah, I'm here improving. A real problem, but I solve them all facts proof. And if you think I'm gon' fold, then you talking fool. Yeah, y'all wanna win, let me spin, boy. All dunks aside, I'm super fly like I'm hanging off the rim, boy. I've been winning for my kinfolk, and I put on for my city from the intro. Let's go.
I put that time in. My pride is out the roof, I get that grind in. So I'ma tell the truth, I get my grind on. You know the pressure make all of these diamonds. I tell them get back, step back, fast track, big lap, big facts. I'm past that.
Oh, I've never opened so much links in my life.
Now move forward, stand back. Now break away, I'm about to bring it. I ain't never backing down. Took a step into the play. For my city, for my town. I do whatever it takes. I'ma go and get this round. Oh, I'ma go all of the round.
You can hear me. Like, well, I don't think I can hear me. Guys, I'm going nuts here with the links, guys. It's all on. A lot of links. Yuning was lazy with the links. It confused the shit out of me. That's what happened.
Hey, Talt woke up for our stream.
Okay, we should be fine. I'm just turning down the music a bit. Okay, there we go. Fuck it. This headphones is too good. It's too good. I gotta turn it all the way down to 1. That's crazy. Okay, we live, guys. We live. Okay. Probably gonna get
Hello.
this. Say hello to the peeps.
Hello, people.
So bye.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Okay, we're gonna get right into this. For those of you who don't know, this is a shortlist forecast stream. So we're gonna be basically guessing what we think our picks are gonna be, or what Webtoon's picks is gonna be for the upcoming contest. So we're gonna get right into it. I just need to sort out a few things because there's a lot happening here. I have all the links up. I think, thanks to Yuning confusing me, I think I have it all up. It should all be there. It's alright.
It's all Uning's fault.
It's all their fault.
All the problems in the
All
world.
the problems is always Uning's fault.
Hey, yo.
Okay. Okay. Should be good to go. I'm gonna get us started anyway. So I'm gonna take as much time. Hopefully everyone's doing well. I don't know who entered the contest. I don't know who didn't. There's a lot of people here. A lot of eyes. So
I know
appreciate
Talt
that.
did. When the Silent Bird Sings did.
Oh yeah.
Who else in here?
The
whole
music
gang's
is
in there.
drowning. Drown for.
Yuning did. Chains did.
Yeah.
Thor did. Hi, Thor.
You can see my OBS settings over here.
Not about us
I don't
today. It's about the people.
Okay, so
You got a lot of stuff up on your screen there, Chains.
yeah,
That's a lot of stuff.
that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff, guys. I have a lot of links because this software does. I mean, not the software. The browser doesn't fucking group my shit. So I gotta open up separate browsers for everyone's entries, which is a pain in the ass, but it's fine.
We were not prepared for this.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Pay as much as you can, but you know, once the stream hits, hey, that's what it is. You just gonna have to get into it. So I'm gonna get into it. I got my first entry, and I'm gonna set my timer so I don't over talk because that's a problem that I have. But anyway, we're gonna get right into our first entry, my first entry, which was No Surrender. Okay, this comic is kind of like cyberpunk and MMA. It's pretty cool, and basically it has a lot of cool stuff happening here. I think I'm gonna go through first the brief outline of what exactly is happening in the comic, get an idea. So in the year 2155, very specific number, I don't know why, but that's the number that's there. The world has been revolutionized by the war against AI. This word, fuck, is gonna get me. The Goguri, the Goguri, the Goguri, the Goguri. Goguri, the Goguri or the Goguri? I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
It's a new martial arts it has futuristic technology involved, infused with humans. This has merged to acclaim sport worldwide. Determined to become the undisputed champion, this guy's name as well, Jenny, must face not only the strongest warriors, but also his inner demons, questioning everything he believes in to uncover the truth in the environment, and that is concealed something much darker within its depths. Very lengthy brief, very... I would have cut it down to 2 sentences, but overall, this is a pretty cool comic. I enjoy
They
it.
can draw hands. That's pretty good.
And
Yeah, look at them hands.
just hold on. And
Ooh.
my
What
facility
they doing?
as well, so hold on. This is what happens when you have kids, guys. It's just part of the package, and I don't know how to mute myself, which is also nice. There we go.
You know, I've never been so confused
That
hearing
is
Shen's
true.
voice twice.
Hyper duty. Okay, I'm now with you. I'm now with you. Tell him to hold it in. Okay. So
Lol.
what's happening here is, like I said, MMA, AI. The AI has created some specific like nanobot technology that now links with the humans, making them look like
Yeah.
some sort of cyberpunk-ish MMA fighter guy thing happening over here, right? Also,
We got middle leg.
yeah, also a very neglectful father. This is our main MC here, who is, you know, coming up. Has,
Yeah, that makes a good pro tag right there.
yeah,
We love it. We love a bad backstory.
yeah, he has a lot of family issues because due to this Gregory, the GOG, okay, due to this sport, basically, what happens is, if you surrender during the sport, you will lose all the money you've accumulated throughout the sport, and you'll be broke as fuck, okay? It will
Oh shit.
strip you from everything, okay? Which was the main conflict in this comic, because obviously you can see the wife and the husband really going at it, you know, in front of the kid, which is always not a good
Yeah.
thing. And eventually this guy faces one of his opponents, which he beat the shit out of, but now has returned, and as you can see, he looks quite menacing now. I don't know what happened to him. He had his villain arc, shit went down, and the fighting scenes in this comic are really cool, really awesome. Lots of blood, lots of gore. Really, look at that dynamic shit. Look at that shit. Shit's great. Okay, it's all over.
Wow.
Look at the effects. Look at those effects.
A lot of dynamic poses, effects. Yeah. Eventually, you know, what happens is his father gets the shit kicked out of him because he surrendered. And so they lose all their financial gains. The mother leaves the child. It's all what you want in the beginning of your epic story. You want to build as much sorrow and sadness for your main MC so he can build himself up. So this is like chef's kiss. This is the chainsaw way, okay? We make them sad, we kill their parents, we do whatever we can, and then we build them up. Look at his mom. Pure destruction in her eyes, okay? Her life was destroyed.
Needs a cup
She
of
looks
coffee,
kinda
I
depressed.
reckon.
Yep, and she leaves him, and he becomes like, he wants to surpass his father. So he looks forward to, you know, joining the fucking, here comes the word again, the Gregory. He looks forward to joining it to avenge his father's loss and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's my time.
My favorite part of this comic so far is listening to you say Gregory or whatever you're saying.
Fucking hell, bro.
Gregory.
I don't know what to say,
Ah,
okay?
yes.
But it's a really good comic. I really recommend it. A lot of, especially if you like MMA and cybernetic enhancements, like this is the comic to look at. Okay, it's pretty good, pretty awesome. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
So yeah, that's
We love the glow up as well.
I don't think
From
that
kid to like
Chains.
teen.
Yeah. I don't know that Chains explained, but Chains is gonna do most epic, and then I have most gripping,
Oh shit, I forgot to explain that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Good
and
job,
then
Chains.
Muting is doing
Yes.
most feels, and Skits has most laughs.
Yeah.
And
so
we're gonna go in a circle and each say one, and then we're gonna do our top 5 that way,
Yeah,
right?
basically, circle jerk style. That's all we're gonna
Yep, yep.
Oh, so it's one at a time.
fucking skit, bro. We explain this.
Dog, I was confused earlier. I know now. It's all good. Let's keep going.
And so is it my turn now to do most gripping?
Your turn, Jess.
Okay. My number 5 for
Hold on,
most gripping. If
While you
you,
do that, I'm gonna go deal with my son. You
Oh.
You in charge now.
oh, I'm in charge?
Yeah, you in
Sweet.
charge. Take care of
Sweet. Okay.
Wait.
Yeah. So
So I guess we're doing...
If he leaves,
What comic? What comic?
how are we doing the scrolling?
What is your comic,
uh
Jess? Before I leave.
I'll do this one. I'll do No Room for Evil.
Okay, cool. I can't scroll or anything, so you're gonna have to.
Well,
You're gonna
I'll
have
talk about it.
to, you know.
I'll talk
like-
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll come back to the scrolling, guys.
Okay. Okay, cool. Anyway, so this was my number 1.
That is
This
crazy.
is real-
He just left.
this is, I think, my number 1. I think, or 2. It's kind of hard to rank them, but this one is called No Room for Evil, and you'll see once we get to the scrolling portion of the stream.
Yeah,
Oh.
we can start scrolling. My wife sorted it out. I don't know why she made such a big deal of it. Anyway, where were we?
Women.
Yeah, fucking woman, bro.
Anyway, yeah.
Women.
am I
Anyway, just do a slow scroll here, and I'll talk about it.
God.
Okay, where we at?
So this is about a girl who it opens. I love this opening. It's so creepy. So she's in this like
Oh damn.
haunted house here. This is where it gets creepy.
Uh-huh.
There's a freaking demon on the ceiling.
Uh-huh.
That is epic though.
I can see that.
She's like, "What up, demon? I have a bat and I'm ready to fight." And
Damn. Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
I love this opening. And then she summons Lilith, the I don't know if this is going to turn out to be like, the true mythological Lilith, but she's like a witch demon. So, in the beginning of the story here, she is cursed by a witch or witch demon, Lilith. And every 16 days, she has to
What
feed
episode?
her a human soul,
Sorry.
basically.
Why did I get back to
Yeah.
episode 1? What the fuck?
Mm.
I don't know. What'd you do?
I don't know what I did. I just scrolled. I blame Webtoon.
So she has to feed her a human soul every 16 days. So she, it goes back in time to when she's a little kid, when she gets the curse. That's what's happening here.
Uh-huh.
She's so cute with her little horns. But anyway, she recruits her friends to help her as a little child to go hunt ghosts, to feed them to Lilith so that she doesn't die.
What is this? A friend in the frog costume?
Yes, and
Oh.
those are her other buddies up there.
They all have animal costume stuff.
Yes, I love it. I love their little costumes. I love that hers is a little demon because she's about to, become not friends, but
It's foreshortening.
acquainted with a demon. The vessel for
The
a demon.
art. The art though. Holy shit.
Yeah. I love the art.
I know,
It's
right?
so-
Like,
This is what I expect from Yuning every time.
My only
Yeah.
critique of this art after I read through it the second time is I don't think that they always integrate the 3D
Yeah.
perfectly. Like there are some places where if they had blurred the background out, the characters would stand out more and it would look better.
Oh,
But
that's a
other
good
than
shot.
that, the art's
That's-
amazing.
That's a good shot.
yeah,
And I
no.
think that the story, I love the creepy opening. So my loves with this one, I love the creepy opening that like sets the stage, where she's an adult. And it shows you that she's like clearly going to become this like badass demon hunter, and
Aw.
you get to see her as a cute little kid. It immediately goes to her as a cute little kid. and it introduces you to her friends, her whole little cast of characters that I assume we're going to follow through the story. Yeah, this is where she meets Lilith.
Damn, my mom thick though.
Yeah, her mom's got some
That's what's up.
busties, you know. She's
Oh, she's
Hello,
probably
guys.
Hi.
PG stream.
look how cute she is. Okay, so I just want to say, go to the very last episode, the very last panel,
Uh-huh.
and that kind of like it's like a perfect ending
Whoa.
to cliffhanger.
Is that a mom?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's Lilith,
oh,
the
damn.
demon.
Oh my god.
God, look at that shit. God damn.
Isn't it awesome? It's amazing.
Dude,
Love
that's
it.
so cool.
This is good.
Yeah,
This is good.
yeah. Go to the last episode, the very last panel.
Oh, the last one, very last. Okay. Let me see.
Last scroll to the last panel, and then I'll move on. I'll let someone else go.
What did you read through this whole thing? Oh
Yeah.
shit! Damn
Yeah,
it.
look at that.
That's fucking cool.
Look how cool that is.
Oh, that's such a cool panel.
Oh, and that little boy there, his name is Wilson. He's like got a crush on her. And like I think that's gonna be a good like there's gonna be a romance subplot, you know.
I mean,
It's gonna be adorable.
That is fucking cool, though. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so that was my number one pick. I think it's very webtoon. It's got lots of possibilities for story, and I'm excited to see where it goes. That's my number one.
oh yeah, okay. Okay.
Those
I
dynamic
wanna-
as panels.
Okay.
Yeah.
now
That is an
Yeah.
epic category with have
I
to
have to
say,
grab-
yeah.
I have to grab one of your link skits because
Yep.
it's fucking all
Tell
the way.
us about
but,
tell us a funny story, Skits.
Oh. I don't know.
The savior, yeah. There you go.
So do you guys know what pimple patches are?
Yeah.
Right, like the little thing you put on your face when you get like a look at a pimple. So
Mhm.
like I went out for a walk and you know when you like someone walks by you, like you nudge your head, it's like you don't say anything but you like acknowledge they're there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Anyway, I walked past this old guy and I nodded my head, and instead of nodding back, he kind of just stared at me for like the whole interaction. I was like, that's weird. And I get home and I was like, oh, that's why he's staring at me. You know, I'm wearing a black hoodie, black pants. I look like a thug, gold chain out.
Yeah,
But
you look
on
like
my
you're about to
face,
fuck him.
but on my face, I have love hearts and rainbows for pimple patches.
Yeah, that might have been it. That could have
Yeah.
confused the old man.
You kind of forget they're there, you know?
I mean, dogs get pimple too. We should be inclusive for sure.
I just
Mhm.
feel like because he was like super old, I feel like he would have no idea what a pimple patch is to begin with.
Oh wait, this is the wrong shit.
And then his follow up question would be like, why does he have stickers on his face?
Okay, there we go. Skits
Huh.
will be. Yeah, I don't know which one you're going with first, by the way.
Yeah, I'll do my emo crush.
My emo crush sounds like something I'll look at. Hell yeah. Unless it's teenagers, and then no, no thank you.
Oh, but I love the art style for this one. I saw
It's
it.
so cute.
Just load this baby up.
Mhm.
Load it, load it. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
I really need to pull your stream onto like a. It doesn't even go at the same time.
Okay.
Tell us
worry about
about Emo Crush.
Yeah, so my emo crush, it is. So I'm doing the comedy genre, and the thing you find about comedy, the best comedies pair well with another genre. So for my emo crush, it is a comedy romance that really thrives around its four main characters, which their names are pretty out of the ordinary. We got a female protag, and then you know it starts us off really well with hitting us with an immediate mislead. You know, there's a pretty girl. Oh my gosh, she clearly has a crush on the pretty guy. No, mistake. It's the cool emo guy called Chroma.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. Good choice.
I don't know.
Emo boy.
You know,
A dad left her early.
I know. We love our emo boys over here. What can we say?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this story doesn't follow a linear story. It's more like, and I think this is always best for comedy, but it's more episodic
Yeah.
in the terms of like we're following the daily lives, slice of life kind of genre. And the thing that really sold me on this story was just how quickly you get invested into these 4 characters and how smooth the transition is between who we're following and how they're all kind of interconnected. Yeah, I think it's a great story that everyone, if you do have time and if you're a big fan of romance and shenanigans,
Like a
you know, you
cheesy
should go have a look at. Yeah, it's kind of like that's it's you know, it's one of those stories you read in bed and you kind of kick your feet when the two, you know, kind of look at each other for the
Yes.
first time.
We giggling
Look.
over here.
You know what I mean? We all
Yeah.
do it.
Feel good? Yeah. Nice.
One of those feel goods.
The art looks beautiful too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Very poppy.
Yeah, fantastic. I think
It's
they
really
really
poppy.
utilize.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think something that they've done really well is they don't use solid black lines. And actually, that's going to be a bit of a theme going on with a lot of these comics for comedy. Is that barely anyone uses black lines for the outlines. They use more colored lines to help it more transition well.
Damn, we cock blocked
Yep.
him like that.
Oh, look.
Crazy.
Oh. He's like, what the hell?
Damn, we cock blocked him like that. That's crazy. Right
Oh, she mad.
there. Damn.
Yeah, these characters are adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get hooked so quickly just in the first episode. You can't help but like wanting to keep going.
Yeah.
She's like, get the.
Yeah,
fuck
I think that was, I noticed that going through mine, the ones that like got into it really quickly were the ones that got me, because whenever you're reading so many, any kind of setup feels like a lot, you know?
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I don't know.
This I felt like this story well and truly throws you right into the mix of it off the rip.
Nice. Get to the point.
Yeah, and I think it's also really well done with the way that they've the character design on each one. You don't need an explanation on who's who. Like you can kind of tell, oh, that's the
Yeah.
goth over there, that's the jock, that's the cheerleader, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
really good. It makes it simple.
Really good visual cues. You don't have to like figure it out.
Mm.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
that's
moving
it.
on to
Good
Yuning.
recommendation.
Yep. Moving on to
Yeah.
Union.
Okay, Yuning. What's is this yours?
The night death held my hand. The first one I want to talk about. Do we have
Uh-huh.
it?
Yeah, it's up.
All right. Well, first of all, I will be your host today, covering category which I'm pretty excited about. And the first comic that I pick is The Night. And it's gonna be drama. Okay, it's gonna be romance. But personally, after I read in fantasy romance, that's okay. Well, when you get into the comic,
Damn, Yuning, you
it's
kind of
like-
cutting out. Yeah, it's happening.
oh,
Hold on.
you guys can't hear me?
Nah, you're just cutting out like certain parts.
Oops.
Just
Okay,
keep going.
I'll try to talk.
Yeah.
I'll talk slower then. I'll talk slower. My bad.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, in the prologue, I guess, for our main character, and basically the whole premise, backstory is that she is in debt. Okay, so much so that these debt collectors start to.
I think you're
you
showing
know-
the wrong story.
What? Is that not it?
You're
Oh,
showing
right.
this is not the one she's talking about.
Oh, this is
Read
the wrong
one.
story. Yeah.
What the fuck? You didn't even tell me.
I love how I love how you picked up on that.
This
Well,
is
I
Night
read
Death
that
held
one.
my hand.
this is the one.
I'm reading my comic on my screen.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. We have to read it on our own screen. We can't read it on the screen.
Exactly. I can't watch your stream.
Why?
Okay.
Okay.
To reiterate.
Debt. She's in debt.
Thank you.
What?
Thank you guys for telling him. But to reiterate, we get a backstory of our main character in debt to the point where she got the debt collectors threatening her, okay, even hitting her with a rock, which you will later see and stuff. And she comes to the point in, by the way, you can go to the second episode now.
God damn.
In the second episode, she
What
comes to the point
First
where,
one though.
in the second episode, she is about, which is like to me very gripping, right? That's the whole point about the. That's why I also said it could also be a fantasy gripping category, but I think the romance checks out because in the second episode, when she is about to kill herself, later on you will see our male lead, who is the Grim Reaper that is about to take her soul. And first of all, I have a thing for white-haired guys, okay? I love my white-haired guy. This character design reeled me in, for real.
The second episode looks amazing. The art
It's the one that
looks
did
so good.
Mm-hmm. And I just thought the story itself is also quite interesting. At the start of the prologue, really reeled me in, and the introduction of the two characters and, you know, the possibility of suicide and death talks is very unconventional in Webtoon. So, to be honest, I feel the only reason Webtoon maybe wouldn't pick this comic, right, is sensitive topic like MC about to jump off a building. I mean, she did jump, right? And I feel this might be too dark, but if able to look past that, I think the story and the art is there. It's a great setup.
It looks very Webtoon.
Yeah, very Webtoony. Yeah.
For sure. It looks like it was made for Webtoon. Like artist and the writer, so polished, and it gripped me from the start for sure.
God damn.
So yeah, that is my category. That is my
Nice.
first. Yep.
So Silent Bird was asking what we based our selections on, and I told them that for me it was just the addictability of it, and if I thought that Webtoon would like it. It's not, these picks aren't necessarily the ones that I liked the best.
Yeah.
They're the ones that I think Webtoon will like the best because I was trying to get it correct.
Yeah, it's a bit of both.
What-
Yeah.
what-
I picked ones that I liked, but I think Webtoon would also like. I kind of went.
Yeah, I mean, I liked them too. They were, like I said, they had an addictability factor where like you just wanted to keep going.
Yeah.
But yeah, I veered more towards like ones with like more rough art that I really liked. You know, like scratchy lines and things like that I like. Webtoon doesn't really go for that. They like, you know, shiny, you know, this kind of art style, this shiny effect on everything, which is a beautiful art style.
Manhwa.
What about you, Yuning?
Or unique.
There it is.
Oh, pretty much what Jess said. I personally have my own favorites, but I feel Webtoon might not pick them. And I just feel like Webtoon is a company that prefers commercial art, like this comic that we're showing, right? And as long as the story is good enough, I feel like, yeah, it might be something Webtoon would like, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me personally, when I was going through the comedy, obviously, like within the first chapter, you know, if it's not making me laugh, or even like, you know, if I can't even see the joke, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna read past chapter 1 for that one. A comedy, if the genre you're going for, you know, I should be able to see it in the first chapter, and also, you know, I base it off because this is what just big companies like Webtoon does. The first chapter is very important to them. You know what I mean? That's kind of where you're trying to hook your readers. No one's going to read a chapter 1 and be like, oh, chapter 1 was okay. I'll give chapter 2 a shot. You know, you kind of want to, they're looking for people who can set off a good story. and then follow it up afterwards. So that's where kind of my base is going, and more for comedy as well. Really helps with readability and likable characters. So that's my criteria.
Can I just add real quick? Should we have introduced ourselves in the beginning? Maybe?
I don't think- I don't-
We like that now.
Look, wait, it's a little chaos.
too
We love
late?
it. It's a bit of a mess,
Alright.
but we're here.
Yeah, it's
I
a bit
get
of-
it.
You know what I mean? Like we haven't, so it's like fucking hell, bro. It's not
That's
for
okay.
me. I'll leave the links to you guys' deets in the description. Which one is mine? This one's mine. There we go. What's the second? Oh, this is the second one I'm gonna talk about. This is the one that the guy applied to my roast as well. So I'm most likely do a full video on this comic eventually. Fatal Art. Yeah, so very brief. I don't know. The brief is very brief. So strings lie in those who seek it. A story of tiger and dragon. Doesn't really give much, but it's pretty interesting. So this comic just starts off like it just starts off crazy, right? They immediately get into the big fight, and they just go nuts. Like it's just fucking, it's just DBZ, Naruto, Bleach style stuff going on, and they just fucking. This guy's also he's also he has an animation background, so a lot of his stuff flows very nicely. There's a lot of good pacing. It's like really cool. And it's just fighting. It's just absolute brutality. The only thing is the side paneling, which I will get into. For most of the intros, the side paneling just bothered me so much. But overall, this was a really good comic. It was just for the fighting sequence. The story so far, I still don't know exactly what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. These guys.
You think Webtoon's gonna be okay with that, James?
With what?
Not knowing what's going on.
No, it's like I think for Webtoon this is alright. It's the stuff is like they just hint at certain things in the story. But I think it's like it seems like after episode 3 it'll most likely pick up. But I mean the fucking fight is through the fucking roof. Like the quality, the action is just insane, bro. Like the way the guy's spacing everything, it's amazing. So I don't know.
It does look beautiful.
Yeah, no, it's fucking amazing. Like the choreography, everything. This I think out of all the epic entries, this one's fight sequencing is the best out of all of them. Like this,
Yeah, I like the red and blue, so you can tell really easily who's who.
So the
Whoa,
contrasting
the
and-
effects here are insane.
the contrasting and effects, and he even uses like stuff that you would use in animation, which is like the you know when you do the what you call those flash of black and white frames. I don't know what you call it, but he does it a lot in here as well, which is insane. And like the way he just breaks up the scene, keeps the focus on the fight, on the characters, it's just amazing. Like how do you I don't know, like I can still tell with all this happening, you can still tell where they are, what's happening. Like it's crazy.
Yeah,
It's very
yeah, I
clear.
really like
Many
the
Yeah.
things
red
going
and
on.
blue.
Yeah.
It's very
It
precise.
makes it easy for me, who doesn't read a lot of action, to tell who's who, what's going on, because of the red and blue effect.
Yeah,
Same,
so
same.
it's just
It
amazing.
flows so well.
And then here we kind of get a feel for the characters. So this is the part that I think I actually also like. So you get a feel for who the characters are. This guy's kind of like a deadbeat. Nothing's going right in his life. And he just storms out. The other guy is just like a happy-go-lucky, some sort of assassin that came for something that this guy has. And
A happy-go-lucky assassin is a pretty
yeah,
cool
he's-
character.
pretty jolly guy for someone who wants to murder someone, right? So he just... he
Look
wants-
at him, he's kind of cute.
Yeah, he's pretty cute, and he has his little earring there, you know.
Yeah.
And this guy is gloom and doom like all day, right? This guy just hates life, and he wants this ring, which I still don't understand the significance of the ring because they don't explain it. But it seems pretty important for them to fight this hard about it, okay? But yeah, they keep fighting. Eventually, the other guy gets overpowered, and for some reason, I don't know, he lets him keep the ring, and they become friends, which is like.
Oh, okay.
So, like, the fight, you know, it's kind of like a bro moment. Like, oh shit, I respect this guy because he can beat my ass a bit, you know?
Mm.
Do you think they're gonna go on adventures together?
They might actually, end up making out at the end of the series. To be honest with you, like,
I hope so.
might be that deep.
Yeah.
But
Okay, I might be interested. There's romance in the story. That might get me.
you know, they kind of circle back things.
But it visually looks fucking amazing.
No, it's fucking
Yeah.
awesome, right? And then we get at the end like a reveal of what exactly is happening. So we get this other character. She's it's a really creepy chick, right? It's a really short creepy chick, right? She just pops up, and then we get the reveal of like she has a specific ring, and you can figure out
It's a mouth.
okay, there's multiple rings, probably resembling each one
Oh.
of them. And that's about it, you know. So like, there's not a lot of story going on here. You kind of have to
Yeah,
figure
that-
out a lot of it on your own. But yeah, I mean,
It creates a lot of interest.
yeah,
Yeah, it's maybe like a gotta collect them all kind of situation.
Yeah, immediately
Cool
I
world.
picked out when they introduced the newest character, the girl. You can see that there's a very distinct color as well with her
yeah,
compared to the other two as well.
Yeah,
I wonder
she's
if
like
that would
yellow.
be like an ongoing theme with the rings.
yeah. So like,
Yeah.
I'm assuming, and each of them has like an animal on them. So she has a mouse. The guy is like a dragon. The other guy is a tiger. So there's some sort of zodiac situation going on. I don't know.
Ooh.
Maybe
Okay.
Chinese calendar. I don't know. Uni can talk about. I don't know how the Chinese calendar works.
Yeah, looks like
Hey,
it.
Chinese girl, tell us about the
Yeah.
Chinese zodiac.
Resident
There's-
expert.
He's an
There's
expert
fucking
on that.
12 of them. I'm not gonna talk about all of them. No, look it up yourself, guys.
But it does. But it's a reference to Chinese calendar, basically. That's what you're saying. That's what I'm
Yeah,
Big ups to my
somewhat.
rabbits out there.
shout out.
Yeah.
It's like the years representing the animal.
So it's
Okay.
pretty-
Okay, you sold me. You sold me, Chains. That seems pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna read this for sure.
That's pretty cool. Like I said, like the action awesome. Like the story still needs a bit. Needs a bit of a push for me. Like I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. Like but it's pretty good. It's pretty good to get into. It sells itself. I mean, it's pretty good. I'll get more into it when I do the video on this comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like there's a lot of story there that we haven't, you know what I mean? There's a lot of story possibility. So that's
Yeah.
exciting.
A lot of potential. Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah.
Okay.
Look forward to that.
All right. My turn.
Your turn. Let me see.
Let's go.
Which
Have
one?
to do Dust. Dust
is it?
next? Yeah. Okay, so this one, Dust, the Lost Story, is my number 2. And I went back and forth. This one might be my number 1. I don't know. But if you'll just click into that first episode there
Yeah.
and scroll, I'll get into it. So
Just load that baby.
the main character is this little red-haired elf chick named Faustine.
Uh-huh.
And she lives in this like mysterious village where no one's allowed to leave because the outside world is cursed with some kind of a disease that basically rots your limbs off, called the Resurge or Resurgis, I think. And it's got like some religious trauma kind of elements here because it's got kind of like a cult vibe.
Yeah, she doesn't look like she's.
And this one, yeah, look at that. So
Yo, Tera.
I love this scroll here on this first prologue. You know, it's just beautiful. And this one, the art actually is not normal Webtoon art, but the story is so good and the art is so beautiful that I had to put it in here. Like, it is just so good. And like the beginning of the story, yeah,
You
and
should-
like look at that background. Like that's
Yeah.
not
Fucking amazing.
that's like a drawn background. Gorgeous.
The transitioning
Um,
is crazy as well.
Yes. Yeah, the transitioning is so good. So like the beginning of the story, she's kind of like longing to like leave the village, and she it like introduces her friends. She's got like a friend group of like 3 friends, and she's really pushing them to like all go out to dinner together. And she, you know, that it gets kind of weird. They're like, oh well, so and so's not gonna come, and she's like, she has to come, and they're like, okay, why? And everyone gets suspicious of her. But it turns out that she has plans after tonight to leave the village, which is like, you know, everyone thinks it's just suicide. Like, you're going to immediately die if you leave the village.
Okay.
Well, yeah, keep scrolling on this one. I want to show you the resurge, the disease. I think it's in this one. Keep going.
Whoa.
Okay, so yeah, here. I think it starts. Oh no, maybe it's the next episode.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Oh, this is the friends telling her, hey, you shouldn't leave.
It's got a little bit of body horror kind of thing going on
Whoa.
here. Okay, yeah, here it is.
Jesus.
Here it is. Look at that.
What's that?
So this is one of the villagers. You know, they're going back into town, and they're like, oh, so-and-so, you know, they're all freaking out because so-and-so has to go to the hospital, and that's her leg.
Damn. It's a fucking leg.
And, you know.
Bro.
And then if you go
Definitely
to...
chilling. Definitely chilling.
Yes, chilling. I kind of thought that maybe it should be more a fantasy, like in most epic, but it does have some dark elements that I think could put it in most gripping.
Yeah.
That's my only kind of critique
Supernatural,
of it, is that I'm
Fantasy
not
supernatural.
sure. Yeah, I'm not positive that it's in the right category, but it's amazing. So this is where you find out that she is leaving the village because she has the disease.
Yes.
And they do these like
Really?
surgeries. They do these surgeries on them where they like amputate their limbs and these painful surgeries. And she doesn't want to do that. So
Yeah.
she wants to sneak out of the village. Go to, let me see what episode it is. Go down to the bottom. I think it's the one with the eye. The one where the thumbnail is the eye.
Uh-huh. Damn, you read all of them, eh?
Yeah, click on that eye.
Go to 3. Let me just, it just has to load because Webtoon.
By the way, I thought we only get 5 minutes.
Well,
Have I gone over?
ship kind of sailed by that point, you know what I mean?
Alright.
Yeah, just do a quick scroll.
You thought
through
we
here.
had a plan?
We had a plan.
Yeah.
This is, they capture her and they try to do surgery on her, and this is kind of
Jeez.
part of the where I think puts it in most gripping.
Are they doing surgery on her right now?
Yeah, they have her under anesthesia. They're trying to cut her arms off,
Let's
damn.
fucking go.
and
That's
then she escaped.
I don't think
She
we.
escaped,
That is fucking gripping. Hell yeah.
and then we get it ends here with her figuring out that her best friend betrayed her and turned her in.
Damn.
Damn.
There it is. The face of betrayal.
I feel
Yeah,
like
I know.
everybody
both
should
fall
just go
off
read
the
it.
island.
Hell
They
yeah.
both fall off the island into the wilderness.
Oh my god.
And it's amazing.
And then
Jess
I heard like
is like
3 dams,
relishing
and then I
in
look over the
this.
chat.
Yeah,
Whatever.
and then yeah,
Jess is relishing in this so much, and we're all shocked and hard.
yeah.
Mm,
I guess
Jess is
I was
like, it's
thinking
so beautiful.
I was thinking maybe you should have given me the romance category because that's what I read mostly. But then I got really
Yeah.
excited about these gripping ones. I do
I-
love a good dark.
Uni wanted to,
No,
you know, look at a
yeah.
BL shit, so, you know.
I thought Jess
That's
deserved to be in this category because you have the Curse of Bailey Bach in this category.
Yeah,
I thought you might want to know
Oh.
your
I
contestants.
really liked it. Anyway, we can move on now. But that's Dust: The Lost Story. Art
Uh-huh.
style's not really webtoony, but the art was gorgeous. So I think
It's-
I think it has a good shot.
It's
Yeah.
fantastic. I'll be disappointed if I don't see more of that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well,
Ah, you
know,
picked the one with the hard name, Chains. How dare you?
if I have to say weird shit, you have to
Halcyon-
say weird shit.
What was it?
Halcyon
Halcyon?
months?
I think so.
Well, look, we tried our best. The
God.
chat can correct us.
Halcyon. Halcyon.
Okay, I'm gonna jump into chapter 1.
Okay. Damn, I like how they named it just 1, 2, and 3. That's cool.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
honestly, we love comedy people out here. Make it simple, easy breezy.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Jeez.
What like a nice start. Isn't this just like comforting and warm? Not like that gripping stuff.
Yeah.
What's
happening over here?
What's going
Yeah.
on?
Look, it's such a like nice setup. You know what I mean? But I think, you know, as we read
It
along,
does look funny.
we get a
It does look funny.
No, we're laughing at
Eh,
the panels right now.
Oh, okay, cool. I have no idea where you're up because I don't have the stream up.
No.
Yeah.
This comic follows the this one follows the high school life. There's no real like deeper story behind it. This is just 4 wacky guys in a tennis club
I can tell.
with very distinctive personalities, but you know, which creates really funny moments. And I think the best part that this
Skit's cutting out. What's that?
comic
Kiddles your out.
does, it's am I cutting out? Oh
A
no,
little
this
bit.
isn't good. This is oh no.
Maybe I get cut out too. Maybe talk a bit slower, just a tad.
Oh,
bit
slower. Okie dokes.
Let me check.
Where was I at? Comedy.
Guys in a club. They have wacky personalities.
Okay, cool. The great thing about this is that it jumps between styles a lot. And it's really, really good at like faking backgrounds. If you like, the more you read, the more you get to realize there isn't a lot of actual backgrounds, but you don't notice it because of how good like the comedy, it distracts you enough that you're more focusing on the jokes. And I thought that was probably the most brilliant part about this.
Damn, someone got spanked.
It's really, yeah.
Booty
Can
smack.
you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Okay,
look at
cool,
the
cool.
panels, there was a booty smack.
On no gay Sundays. How dare you?
Whoa! This isn't my BL. I was prepared for my BL one to come up. Okay, you fucking curveball me.
Oh, it's as close to be on.
Anyway, I'll continue on. Yeah, the simplistic art style makes it really easy for everyone to follow. The expressions are great, and honestly, I'm sure you could actually set these panels up in like an old comic, like an old like newsletter strip,
Yeah.
and you would
Yeah.
still be able to read it really well. So I thought that was just like fantastic. Like the character design isn't striking, it isn't complicated, but it's just enough to convey the story and like the jokes of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was
Yeah,
great.
I kind of think simplicity, like comedy benefits from simplicity, in my opinion. Like
Mm.
simple backgrounds, particularly highlight the jokes in comedy stories.
I agree.
For sure. And well, because this one it isn't like a linear story, you know what I mean? We're not following it like, oh, this thing happened this episode, and then it was that episode, and the next one. This is literally just one episode, small funny story.
Damn.
Yeah,
I can see that. This is pretty cool though.
and the comedy genre is kind of like that on Webtoon too, right? There's a lot of stories that are just episodic like that.
Yeah, I've read a lot, and I honestly I think the episodic ones have been my favorite to read because they actually like focus highly on the comedy side of things. But actually, if I'm looking at my list now, this is the only episodic one that made my top 5 because you know the other ones are just really really good as well.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
No.
It looks
Okay,
funny.
there you go,
like
Union.
The panels look
Sorry.
hilarious.
Yeah, we gotta
No, yeah, I was reading it.
What's Yuning's other one? What's the next one you're gonna talk about, Yuning?
I love the simplicity of it. Oh yeah, let me go for Princess Knight, the one you just had.
Oh, sorry, I went for the other one.
Oh,
Oh my
I
god,
love that
you
one.
be spoiling the webtoon live.
That's only
I
your
love-
webtoons, you notice that? Like everyone else is fine.
God damn it, Chase! Now there's no anticipation.
We've seen them all.
You're gonna have to
Okay,
work on that.
I guess I'll talk about this one now. It's called The Princess Knight by Haru. It's, well, GL, possible girl love story, and it's
Oh, yeah.
romancy.
I
This
don't
one was
think it
actually
is. I think that's
Is
a
it?
dude. Yeah.
no way. I saw no way.
I think that's
Okay,
a dude. I think he calls him
Okay,
calls
okay,
him a
okay.
him.
Okay, wait. Let's talk the dude or not later on. But if it's not GL, it's still a great story. This one was
Yeah.
actually suggested to me by Hobbish, and when I first saw the art, like like a fairy tale, right? And yeah, the rest of the comic is this very liney art style, painterly art style. Is just so cozy. And the story, well, it's set in the... Even their dialogue, man, they just talk like thou shunt, that kind of dialogue. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of
The
medieval,
Shakespearean-
right?
The Shakespearean dialogue.
Shakespearean,
Yeah.
yes,
We love it.
Shakespearean. I love these type of like historical aspects, elements, and stuff like that. And actually, her name, this main character's name is Lady Hair, which is the name
They have
in the afterlife that...
one token black guy in here. Nice.
No, there is more.
Nice.
Yeah, the blue that greets soldiers in the afterlife who lost their battle, and she kind of takes care of them in the afterward, like having tea parties with them, let them talk about their war stories and woes. And okay, just a little side note here. Let me just... Hair. Her name is Lady Hair, and hair in German is Mister.
It's what?
Like,
I mean,
I don't know
what?
how to. It means Mister, like Mister, Mister Who, Mister Chainsaw, Mister. Like, I don't know how that. But I just wanted to throw it there. But yeah, we
Yeah,
move on.
I think this pretty character here is actually a dude, but he is very beautiful.
Oh shit! Wait, that would make so much more sense actually, because hair
guy?
is Mister. No, Jess, I didn't even see it. That is beautiful. That makes so much more sense, because the name literally is saying, like, Mister. Okay, we move on. Anyway, all in all, out of all the knights she took care of, which you guys are not seeing now, long dark hair, and basically this knight stood out to MC the most. And I just love the interactions between... It's like very cute bantering and stuff like that. And also there's other blonde hair knight. He's kind of... Overall, it's just very sweet, fluffy, and it feels like it has a very more happy, especially with golden armor.
Your mic is
woman
really cutting
peers.
off now, Yuning. It's like going
Okay. Yeah, basically, I feel like even though it's a cozy story, there's also a very deep lore. I feel it's happening, especially when Armor Lady show up. I just thought, okay, now I want to know what's gonna happen. And yeah, I guess my only concern that Webtoon wouldn't pick this comic is that it's less dramatic than its counterparts, right? Because from the first one I mentioned, it's like a lot of flashing lights. It's so polished. Whereas this one is kind of like a tea party in the corner of what, just super cozy. But the art style I feel is unique enough to also be in a Webtoon. And the story is not bad, you know. It's definitely has substance. So yeah, that's my second pick, actually. Princess Knight. Really, really liked it. I'm so glad you suggested I immediately put it after I read it.
Yeah, whenever I saw it, it made me think of you because of the art style. It looked like something that you would really like.
Yes. I feel like there should be more comics that also focus on just being a cozy comic rather the commercial, like, look at all
Yeah.
cozy type settings and shit. But some comics are just like this. It's just like a little bit of typesetting to get the story going.
Yeah,
The
I totally
pictures.
agree.
I think
It's like a
that
story.
if Webtoon wants to branch out a little bit, this is definitely something that they would pick up if they are trying to diversify their catalog.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It looks like every panel is like a portrait, a frame, you know what I mean? It's just so well constructed in the little details that it
And-
just, comes together so nicely.
Yeah, and then it gets into parts when it has to explain a bit of the lore, where the panels will become more a storybook, fairy tale book. So I like that about the story as well. For sure. But yeah, that's my second pick. I hope it gets shortlisted, but we shall see. We can move on to chains now.
We had already been through almost an hour now, guys. What, we are on our third entry now? I think we can make
Yeah, you're gonna be on your
Um,
third entry.
How much time do we have left?
an hour.
An hour.
Okay, cool.
That's why I kept
Get this-
asking you guys. Don't we only get 5 minutes?
I've been timing myself. I'm a good boy.
I'm timing myself too. You guys should start timing.
I think I've been like super quick. I don't know. I'm not timing
It's just
myself.
been
I don't
fine.
get-
It's been
I ain't
fine.
doing that.
I don't know about.
Alright.
That's right.
Then I think we're good. We can continue.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll try to reel it in.
What the fuck? My alarm went off? Fucking hell. Yeah. I don't know what that alarm was for. Okay, so I'm gonna hop into this next comic. It's called The Fallen One. I think this is actually a pretty good one. The one thing, starting off with the long, and I guess it wasn't that long compared to many of the other ones, but basically, this is about a guy named Raihan, a human who spent his entire life in the realm of the jinn. Once he left from the realm, this sentence is kind of fucked, guys. So I'm gonna have to translate for you. This guy. I don't know if English is their first language. So let me see here. So he kind of left. He left the realm to go to the human realm, and things were kind of peaceful, and then it started changing, and when he came back, that's basically what the guy's trying to say here. So it starts off from this like lady who's like telling a fortune. Well, she's kind of like God in this universe in a way. She uses like a magic to kind of foresee the future, and then I don't know, touch the fabric of reality in some way and gather all the possibilities. But something happens, and like she just fucking dies. Like she just dies because it's too much for her to handle. And the only thing she could like say before she died was unpredictable. So something unpredictable happened that caused the mind to explode for some reason. Okay, this omnipotent type being. And then we go into, this is the Jinn universe. So this isn't Earth itself. This is another place, another realm. And we have like a little ongoings here with the guys. We have our main MC bumping into everyone, and we kind of gets introduced, but as you can see, his face is kind of, masked for a bit, so we don't get to know much about him. But we get to, when he interacts with the people, we get a sense of exactly, what's his connection to them, and how he is with this old guy, like he's known him his whole life. So a lot of people has known that he's this human that visits this world. And he kind of gets into this encounter with these, like, gangsters, I guess. I don't know what the hell they are. The mob, right? And they kind of... Hold on. I'm just checking something. Okay, it'll be fine. I was just checking.
We're doing something here, Chains.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
streaming.
I thought the thing. sorry.
What are we doing?
So
I don't know.
no, my thing just like clicked off, so I thought it was stopped. Anyway,
No worries.
back
It
to whatever was
happens.
happening here. A lady just like
The mob.
Yeah, the mob chasing this lady, which I thought it was a guy at first, but it's a lady. She gets like thrown off the stairs by herself. I don't know, she tripped over her feet.
Looks like she's not doing too good there.
Yeah, no, she tripped really hard. What happened is she just tripped really hard. The mob catches up with her, and then we come to one of my favorite panels where this guy flicks a cigarette into this guy's eye, which is my favorite panel. I love it because it's so like, what the fuck?
Oh, that is so cool.
This guy
Oh,
gets fucking
Ow.
his eye fucked, bro. Like
Hell
his,
yeah.
his eye's not working anymore. This is what happened, basically. And I don't know. It was like, oh,
Ow.
That guy's
That
aura
hurt
farming.
me.
that guy's
Damn.
aim
That
is
hurt me.
amazing. He's an amazing aim. And then this guy pulls out some sort of Star Wars lightsaber thing, but gets shot in the shoulder. It's like, what the fuck just happened? And yeah, this is where the cool fight scenes break out. This guy takes out the whole fucking mob here, gets a couple slugs in, gets punched a bit in the face, delivers a sweet ass drop kick. And I think this is actually where the side panel kind of works. I don't know, it just kind of works there. But then
Yeah. Well, it's a side panel, but it's not sideways, if that makes any sense.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
it's-
motion is so good.
Yeah, the motion's really good.
and this guy is really good with dynamic poses and movement as well. Really good. And
Yeah,
sync-
those he's
that's just-
he's got those impact frames down.
yeah. So he's getting everybody's just beating the shit out of each other. And yeah, eventually it concludes with him pulling out a gun. I guess that's the thing he shot him in the shoulder with. And yeah, this other guy pops out in, and we get the bigger reveal that this is someone he knows. And yeah, it just carries on to the next episode where it kind of goes into more what exactly is happening in the world. I can't remember exactly what happened here. Let me check my notes. I can't remember.
Chains is like, I'm just here for the fights. So
Yeah.
if you could just fight, that'd be great.
There wasn't much to go on here. It's just basically the main thing is,
That's what you said last time, and it was a whole Zodiac theme.
look, I'm keeping the info. I'm just giving what I've gotten, okay? So this
Hey, the man likes
What?
fights. Let him be.
fight is
Let's
part
fight.
of the epic, okay? It has to be epic.
Okay, I got you.
The
I like
art
this
style
fan-
reminds me of
But yeah,
God of High School. You guys remember that webtoon from
yeah,
yonks ago? It's got an anime now.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But
Sorry, Jess,
Yeah.
I cut you off. I feel bad.
No, I just said uh-huh. I was just
the
agreeing with
art
you.
style does kind of remind me of that because of how he uses his coloring and his shading. Does remind me of that. But as far as like
And-
the story is concerned, like the only thing that I know is that this old lady died because of something unpredictable that she foresaw. And these two people, the one guy is just a human who travels to this world. That's all I know. That's all they kind of go on about, and they kind of just catch up on what's happened and how things
It's
have
got
changed.
some like interdimensional stuff happening or something.
What?
It seems like it's maybe like interdimensional or something.
Not really. It's mostly well, they don't even talk about the human world. It's just more so this world and what's happening now since he left.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh.
eventually we get to the end part where like there's this whole thing brewing now about like this whole fucking demon army comes up, which is a really crazy shift in like just street fighting, and then it comes to this fucking thing, which is just like a universal catastrophe or whatever's happening. It's just fucking insane. So it's definitely
I don't know what it is, but I like it.
yeah, it's definitely gonna pick up after this episode. Like it's crazy. It starts like
Okay.
small and then it just fucking shoots itself into like fucking universal level shit. So like I really liked it Scenes were really good. Story, you know, well told. Nice pacing, nice fights, all good. This was a really nice one. I really enjoyed this.
Cool.
You can go check out this guy's stuff. But yeah, that's that.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah,
I like the art style.
I really like the art style.
This is definitely my this is in my top 3, this comic, I think. Yeah, definitely in my top 3.
Okay.
And okay, I think we're gonna leave it there. Who's next now?
Me next. Can I
Chip.
do Facets of Humanity next?
Hell yeah. Go for it, Jess.
Okay. This is my number 3. This one, very addictive, and it's very Webtoon. Like, the whole thing is very, like, heavy Webtoon tropes. It's like a shuan as a Webtoon. So it starts out, we're in space, and in the very distant future, and humans have made clones. Supposedly, the clones have no emotions, and they're like a slave class, basically. And this white-haired girl, her name is EF1759, I think. She is a hacker clone, and she goes on a mission with these dudes to go steal some object that they found floating in deep space. And whenever they get there, they find out that this object is actually some kind of like ancient vampire demon god.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So you'll see it whenever you get to him. It's like this black orb. So like this is them breaking into this space station to steal it. There it is. Yeah, black orb. And then they go to check it out.
Damn. Crazy.
And kablow.
Yeah, damn. Everyone's just dying.
And then
Jesus.
surprise, it's actually some kind of a supernatural creature who is hot. Ta-da!
Fair enough. Uh-huh.
So then, like,
Very good looking.
my favorite episode, I think, was episode, I think it was 3.
Yeah.
Where, so, like, he recruits her to help him escape and kills everybody else. And he's, like, drinking their blood somehow. So he's some kind of vampire, not sure. And on episode 3, you get to see that she actually does have emotions because she gets scared. So the whole clones don't have emotions thing is kind of, you know, suspicious. And he's like ancient, I think, because he asks her what year of our Lord is it, and she's like, what? And then so she's explaining to him here, like in this episode, that she's like a clone and she doesn't have emotions, and that basically she's a slave. And he's like, so you're a slave? And she's like, no, I'm a clone.
God,
So he gets real depressed because she's a slave, and then in the end he wants to save her, and then they team up.
right, of course they
And
have.
she's
Yes.
just thinking about the whole yeah, surprise, he's hot. There we go, abs in the first few episodes. That's what I'm saying. It's the perfect Webtoon. Like, it's Webtoon format Webtoon. Like, shoe in. And I love that it's sci-fi and supernatural. Like, I love those genres, and the fact that they're smushing them together is awesome. I love that. And then it's got obviously the heavy romance implied, you know. So, yeah, it's like, it's a Webtoon is what I'm saying. I think they are going to pick it. But, you know, maybe they want to go... My only critique, it's very heavy in the tropes that Webtoon likes. Maybe they want to go in a different direction. I don't know what they're doing with this contest. But if they want a Webtoon, this is it. This is their guy right here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Some clone smashing going on. That's what's up. That's what's gonna happen right here.
Yeah. Hot demon, ancient demon, vampire lord, whatever he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I love the interactions between the characters, because he's like, I just love that he's like, so you're like a slave? And she's like, no, I'm a clone.
Like back in
So,
my
yeah,
day,
that's kind
we
of all I
had
have to
slaves.
Yeah. So then he's like leaving here. He's leaving to go escape. And then he feels bad for her and comes back to save her.
Damn, she got slapped. Damn. That's
Yeah. And then
Bam.
he carries her off like the beefcake he is.
Uh-huh.
The beefcake. Oh
Yeah,
my god,
It
Jess.
is. It is.
Look at it. That's what I'm saying. It's really heavy. It's really heavy in the romance tropes. You know, like super. It's really heavy-handed with it. But honestly, with the webtoon audience, I think it would be a hit. Mhm.
Yep.
Definitely.
I'd read it. I'd read the hell out of it.
No, I know you would, Jets. I know you would.
Shameless. The webtoon audience, shameless.
That's me. That's me.
Absolute smut. Okay.
Yep.
We love a bit of smut.
Okay. That's all I have to say about that one. It's my number 3.
That is skits
I love
next.
it.
Oh, you got Nutty.
You know, it's
Love the beefcake.
time to get a little nuts. You know what I mean? I'm very excited to
go,
talk about this
Skits.
one.
Tom,
Somebody get the nut pun counter going.
we stand
Finally!
super hard on
Fellow
this.
tout
Hell yeah. Guy better win. Otherwise, main webtoons
guy
next.
better be shortlisted.
I'm saying it right now. I'm riding if this doesn't get picked.
Oh my god.
I'm
I'm with you, bro.
I'm flying over
Riot.
there.
But
But let's get into this. Nuttyland by the one and only Talt. Oh, what a read, honestly. Like I said, for the comedy genre, comedy is always really good when it's paired well with a different genre. And while reading all the entries, I can happily say nothing really comes close to what Talt has done, where he's kind of mixed this almost reality TV show comic and comedy, and it's more than just comedy, really. It's all these different things, and I thought he mixed it all well, so well. Like at the end of every episode, you have to click onto the next one. This isn't like I'm gonna read 2 episodes and stop. No, this is you gotta read the whole thing right through. Let's talk about the main character of all of this, Betty. From the very beginning, Talt has done a really good job of making us invested in this character.
yeah.
From just the general placement of where she is. It catches your interest right off the rip. From the cartoony characters that stand right next to this very normal, average human being, you're thinking the whole time, the hell's going on? We're introduced to Betty at like a super young age, and we see what leads to her falling into this new world. And even though this world is meant to be so cartoony, you know, the proportions, everything, the more you read, the more you realize it's really just our world today, you know what I mean? And it's almost like I'm following a Nickelodeon or Disney child star. And you know, what happened 10 years after their show ended.
Yeah.
And the only difference is Talt's taken that and made me care about them. You know what I mean? You're not mad at Betty for her actions. It's actually quite justifiable.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can see how she snapped and went insane and punted that guy over a building.
Oh, and another huge shout out to Talt. Holy, the amount of fucking references that are in this thing. Like, I'm talking like Prime bottles, YouTube play buttons, just
Live, laugh,
so
die.
much. Yeah, like he's got like his own version of TMZ.
Makes
Dude,
sense.
I don't want to say too much about the actual story, because if you haven't read it, I implore you to read it. It's so good.
Yeah.
What else? Man, there's so much I could say.
I loved all the, like you said, I love all the references. Like, there's like, you know, real life characters, like celebrities from our world made into nut people. So when I was reading it, I was like trying to spot them all. You know, it was really cool.
Can I
Yeah,
also just
and-
add? Oh
Oh, you know, you go.
no, I just want to add. Honestly, I feel like the only Webtoon might not get picked is for the SF not NSFW panels. I don't really know how that's gonna. But I hope they can not see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally like. I actually fully understand what you're saying, but like, this is one of the rare moments where I'm like, I'm sure if it's one of those situations. If this finds the right person,
Damn.
it will definitely become something. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm a big
she
nut
kicks
fan.
the nut here. It's so
Yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah.
dude,
That's my favorite. I freaking love it.
it's so good. Like, also, like, how does Tolt fit so many references into like, oh my days.
Yeah. I think we're just
Also-
fangirling now. We're big Talt fans.
Dude, I am fangirling, dude. I am. Anyway,
Kicking our feet up.
yeah,
I know this made me laugh out loud. That's probably like the best. If I'm reading comedy, I want to laugh out loud. I want to giggle.
Like full disclosure to everyone listening, Talt is our friend, so we might be a little extra excited. We're a little biased.
I think I think if anyone looks at this, it's gonna be they're gonna fucking love it. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
Quality,
even if Tal wasn't our friend, we
Yeah.
would still be excited.
Still amazing. Yeah.
We would
still
want to be
Yeah.
friends. Yeah,
We're lucky.
we're lucky for real.
which one's you?
But yeah, that's I could say more. I've been cut off by the directors.
Hell
I'll
yeah.
see you in the next one.
We need to pull out the
We're
cake,
moving on.
Alright,
pull him off.
can I get think of me fondly?
Think of me fondly. Jeez, which one is
Nope.
this now? Where am I?
Oops.
Let me find.
Oops. I don't think it's in your tabs. My
Yeah, probably
think of me
not.
fondly.
Because you
Do you want me to send you the link real quick
Nah, I
on
got
Discord?
I got it. I fucking got it. Fucking Uning and the links, bro. I swear to God.
Yo. Also, chat. I hope you let us know what you think about our choice. I know
Yeah.
it seems a bit
Yeah, let us
biased
know.
sometimes, but I assure you, we all make webtoons. We all make comics. I think we all kind of know what we.
Yeah.
So we have some. Mhm.
It's
Oh, no,
impossible
you
to
go.
not have some kind of a bias, you know, like you're gonna like what you like.
Yeah, no, for
Exactly.
sure.
Exactly. And I think you guys probably have your old favorite comic, which would also get picked. But we can only pick 5. So that is, yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately, the limitations.
Anyway, it's just the BL one. What one is this?
No, this one, oh my god. I cannot stress how much I love the art style. Okay, I mean, I guess I'll start.
Yeah, yeah.
This
Go.
one is Think of Me Fondly by PaigeWalshe. It's a drama romance. And oh my god, when I first saw this, these kinds of art style can't come every once in the full blue. Every once in a. These are the type of
Oh, damn,
get
cutting off-
published.
Cutting off
Oops,
Uning.
sorry. Okay, I'll
Getting
speak
too
slower.
excited. What's happening?
Yeah. So these are the type of comic, the art styles that you see once in a blue moon, because these are the type of comic that would usually get published, like graphic novel, comic novel, whatever. Okay. And I just thought the art style is very unique, and oh my god, the story is also just so good. The way it plays into some tropes. I will say that it's kind of like a mixed bag of medieval vampire story setting, but it's like a better love story than Twilight, if you catch my drift. Like it's like vampires but make it theater and also make it, there's a lot of like I just love when the MC like insane moments. I think it really shows how the artist can convey emotions. Like it's so crazy. I think the artist definitely has a lot of storytelling with like comics and whatnot, because it's so polished in the artist's unique way. It's just so uniquely polished. And yeah, I'm always down for story, always enjoying the thrill of a vampire's struggle in loving a human. Listen, I don't mind Twilight. I actually quite like Twilight, so I'm a sucker for these campy tropes and whatnot. And yeah, I think, to be honest, I think the only reason Webtoon might not pick this one is if they prefer the more commercial art styles out there. Because this one, it's not to say that it's not commercial. It definitely sells. But maybe more so, yeah, like the ones we've seen from the other
their normal shiny art style.
Exactly. This one is more editorial style. It's more, yeah, just colors and just enough unique art style of its own. And it's not like the whole flash commercial art, but I still think it deserves to be on the original, just based on the story and the paneling and everything. Yeah, I look forward to reading it for sure. This is my third pick, and I love it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I love me a good
dude.
vampire story.
Uh-huh. Yeah, just
Yeah, it does look really good. I see it looks kind of like indie print comic, you know? It's not really their normal art style.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. It's not the typical webtoon art. It looks more edited
yeah.
Yeah.
comic book art style.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, I'm done. We can move to chainsaw.
Okay. This one. Okay, this one, Alumnus of the Martial Realm. I don't know if I'm saying this word correctly, because I don't know what the fuck that is. But yeah, this is a pretty cool comic. This is like, it's basically the trope of hard work beats talent, you know, that most series or comics have. So basically, this summon is way too long as well. But basically, there's this kid who is born in a world with superheroes, and he has no powers at all. Okay, it's the trope of the powerless guy, you know, working hard to become the best. He wants to be the strongest human in the world, basically. And yeah, unfortunately, you know, he's just he's just bullied by all these other kids with all their cool superpowers, and he even asks like one of the superheroes if it's possible to become a hero without powers, and they just fucking clown on him. This guy right here, you know. And yeah, he starts his little training arc, right? So how this world works is, in this world, there's no such thing as martial arts. Like, martial arts is non-existent in this world. There's no such thing as martial arts, right? So this is like superheroes, superpowers, and all that type of stuff. Eventually, a random old guy kidnaps him, by the way. On his way home. Let me just get to that point, because I love that part. Yeah, he thinks he's cool and everything, you know, he's worked out, he has the muscles, but obviously he's still a human. He just realizes that, fucking folds. And then this guy just turns this robot into a ball. Like, fucking hell, bro. He's just like, what the fuck? I compete with that. I have nothing, and he just stands in the rain for hours. You know, sad little kid. You know. And he's just like,
Whack.
It's like, what am I gonna be? I'm gonna be a pussy. I'm just gonna stand in the rain like a bitch. Nah, I'm gonna pick up some logs, do push-ups, and eventually,
It's gonna become Batman.
eventually, he's just like, oh fuck, I didn't see the train.
Oh,
And-
fuck.
Train? Is he gonna
Train
get is he
coon.
gonna get hit by a train?
Well,
Train
no, not
coon.
really. See, this is where it
You
happens.
should say
This
train
old
coon.
guy,
Oh my god.
this real old guy pops up, right? Looking all creepy like, and this guy's like, what the hell? Who's this guy? Wow, how did he stop the train? I don't know. I don't actually know how this works, to be honest with you. But like, every time he moves, the train moves. And I don't know how he does this. Martial arts, I guess. But somehow, he teleports this kid into another realm. This realm is like the realm of martial arts, basically. And he's like, kid, yeah, I just took you from your home and I'm gonna train you now. That's what's gonna happen, okay? And we're gonna do some real hardcore training, is what he said. He just pulls him away from the whole world and just fucking drags him into this universe and just trains him. And in this world, there's like demons and shit as well, which is, I don't know how this works. But yeah, this is how his training arc starts. And they even give you a demonstration of what martial arts can do in this world. It fucking cuts like mountains in half and shit. So like, I'm like, okay, that happened. This guy over here. And
Like Naruto on crack.
yeah, basically. I don't know how the chakra system or whatever else system is in here. They don't explain it really. It's just like, yeah, martial art, cut mountain. Like that's basically it. And then they go through this thing. The art style's pretty cool. I really like the art style. It's very simplistic. It's and it's very detailed when it needs to be, which is I really like that. It's kind of has that anime feel to it. And
It's got that comedy element.
yeah, there's a bit of comedy as well. It's pretty fun. So
I
yeah,
would say it's more comedy action. Hell yeah, even.
yeah, it's more comedy action, like your typical, shonen, type thing. And yeah, so now he's become his disciple. He's gonna train him. I don't know why he says, so will you be my disciple? But like, you already dragged him away from his entire world. Like that's he doesn't have a choice. Okay, it's either train or fucking die. Okay, so like
For real.
this is his choices, bro.
I enjoyed that.
But it's a
He's
fun.
gotta get consent, true.
This kid is so like blinded by like, oh fuck, I can become the strongest ever. See a guy fucking cut mountains off. He doesn't even worry that his family's waiting for him at home. All this.
Been abducted by an old man. Yeah.
This guy, by the way, it said that he's like he's almost in his 90s. Like this guy's he's probably 100 actually.
He looks pretty ripped.
He's been in this world for 83 years. He's been to this world for 83
He's
years.
Jiraiya. Or the Hokage.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, and I love it. It's just fun times, all good. Action amazing. I think there's good potential here for a really good story. So, yeah, that was this is
I
my number 2, basically. This is my number 2. Real good stuff.
top 2, damn. Were you ranking them?
Yeah, I ranked all my. The order I did mine is back to front, so this is my second one.
I see. Okay, I don't rank mine, guys.
That's
Just
fine.
context.
I like doing ranks, so that's just me.
All right.
Anyway,
But I enjoyed that, true.
Hell
It's so
yeah.
funny.
Can we
Truck
go
win.
to Cookies Inc. next?
Cookies Inc. Let me just
Yeah.
pull up your links here, Jess, because there we go. Cookies Inc. That's a weird name.
It's pretty awesome.
Cookies Inc. I like the
Yes.
pretty cool thumbnail.
Okay. So Cookies Inc. The only reason I think Webtoon may not pick this is because, frankly, it's just too real. It starts
Good enough.
It starts out with this woman here, and looks like her body's being controlled by something, because she keeps saying, "I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this," and then she jumps off a building.
Oh,
Hell
damn.
yeah.
That's how it starts?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, keep
hell
going. I want to show you these panels here with the hair. Hold on, I want to show you how they show her jumping off the building.
Whoa, that's
Okay,
cool. This is
look at her
cool.
hair.
Whoa.
I love that panel. You
nice.
just see her
Nice
hair.
rendering.
So dramatic.
God damn.
Okay.
Drama.
anyway, the story is about this corporation called Cookies Inc. is putting Neuralinks, we'll call them that. We'll call them what they call them, which is chocolate chips,
Okay.
in everyone. And they're basically like a permanent VR headset that like makes the world glowy and fantastic and wonderful. And there's a group of would probably call them terrorists who are trying to blow up their servers to destroy Cookies Inc. because it's an evil corporation.
Wow.
So then you go from that straight into this ad. Look at this creepy woman
Way creepy.
that looks like, and the characters
that's-
like, this is the spokesperson from Cookies Inc. trying to sell you the chocolate chip.
He looks out of a fucking mind, bro.
Yeah, and the characters.
So,
So this is where this episode they're explaining the neural implant and how it makes the world fantastic and wonderful. But you get the impression from the opening that they can actually make you do things like jump off a building, you know? See, this is their advertisement. I love it. It's so creepy and wonderful.
oh my
And then the
Black Mirror.
yes, yeah. And then yeah, it's just gorgeous and
no!
Frank,
Wrong side panel.
too real.
Oh my god.
It might be too dark for Webtoon, but I
It might,
I love
yeah,
it.
that's what I'm saying. It might be
love it.
too real.
I love it all up.
And then whenever
I'd fall
you
for
get
it.
to,
Hold
yeah, you'd fall for it.
Yeah,
Jake,
no, I'm
Get
gonna
to sign up for the Mark of the Beast tomorrow.
Yep.
Click on.
I
Let
subscribe.
me see what episode. I think it's episode 3 or 4 where you finally get to see the terrorists or whatever. And also, I think their organization is called Cake, which is fun. Cake versus cookies.
Oh, what the fuck is this?
Oh yes, yeah. So
Yo.
that's the sales rep for Cookies Inc. He looks like he's from the Capitol in the Hunger Games, and like
True,
all of
true.
the people that work
Oh
at this
yeah.
corporation look like the Capitol people from the Hunger Games, and it's amazing.
Love
So
it.
these people with the hoods are the terrorists. But
Love.
whenever they get to the terrorists, they are all wearing animal masks, which made me think of Animal Farm. Which I don't know if they did this on purpose. Probably did. I don't know. But it made me think of Animal Farm. So that's, like, that story is about communism. So it's like capitalism versus communism right out the gate. This is the image that you get whenever you're reading it. It's very deep, very cool. Really like it. I think it would be an awesome story, but again, it might be a little dark for Webtoon.
I fucking love
Not sure,
it. I love it.
but I love it. This is
fucking-
them going to blow up the
Bro,
servers.
when you start a comic immediately with suicide, bro, that's it. I'm in, bro. I'm in. That's
You
how-
got him.
Yeah,
To be honest, we've reviewed 3 comic
That shows me you got balls.
suicide.
Got balls, and you're not
Yeah.
afraid to be cruel. You're not afraid.
Maybe it's
yeah.
becoming
So like,
popular
so
now.
that is her. It reveals like whenever she jumped off the building.
Uh-huh.
See, look at them with their animal masks.
Yeah.
It's very Animal Farm kind of coded. I don't know.
Hell yeah. Looks great.
Yeah, Apollo said it might be too intellectual for Webtoons. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It might be a little bit too much. But I loved it, and I think it has a shot. So I put it at number 4.
Damn. This is really good. Though.
And that's... There was no romance in it either, and I still loved it. So I think that's saying something.
This is good, guys. I
It
love-
looks so good.
it looks good, but also like everything that happens around it just makes it so real, and like it's like
Mhm.
It's like this is like a series you'd see on Netflix or something. Like you, you watch.
Right.
Yeah,
And
Squid Game.
I love the it's like a really dark subject matter, but then the like poppy colors,
Yeah.
like the juxtaposition there is really, I think it's so cool. But that's just me.
Hell yeah. God damn. Anyway, we're on to immediately BL, yeah. Are we on Uning now? Right?
No, we on
skits.
skits.
Skits, eh?
What?
It's
You skip me?
Skits, which is your one?
You skip me.
Which one do you want to do, skits?
It's Friday. Do Friday.
Friday? Okay.
Yeah, we'll do
Friday drama.
Too much drama.
Nice background.
Now this.
Nice background over there. Damn,
Nice
kinda-
treaty.
This was
kinda-
a good read.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so let's get into this story. We follow a recent college graduate named Friday. You know, the usual, everything's going right for her, yada yada yada. Twist is she doesn't actually try to pursue a job. She prefers to stay at home, play video games, eat snacks, all the good stuff.
Yeah, the Uning behavior.
But
Please.
yeah,
Hey, yo.
one threat from her mom and she gets a job, right? But first day doesn't go as it seems, as we're introduced to some blue alien character and
What the fuck?
she gets pimp slapped like immediately.
Damn.
And I just think it's so random.
Slaps him back.
Yeah, it's so funny. The great thing about this comic was it's so funny and it's so random. There is no consistency to this. It is a bunch of random shit happening to this one lady, and it is so funny. It's very meme worthy. Screenshot it, make funny stuff.
Hail the noob. Oh shit, she knocked out the king?
I think it's
Fuck, bro.
yeah.
She killed him?
And now she's the new king. Yeah.
That's a cool cat.
Hey, Chains, if you could go to the like the little like logo that has like all the characters, it should be at the end of the last chapter.
The last one?
Oh, at the end of any chapter, really. There should be like a little.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, just
Little
scroll up a little
logo.
bit.
Whoa,
Yeah.
nice title card.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, there it is. So this title card immediately grabs my attention.
No,
The
Chains,
wacky
scroll down.
characters
Title
going
card.
on.
What?
Scroll down a bit, Chains. Yes, this one.
Scroll down.
Go up a
Oh.
bit.
This.
No,
Yeah.
no, a bit
Title
up,
card.
up.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Where? This?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
one with
that
all the
one.
characters on it, Chains.
Yeah, the one with all the
Yeah,
characters.
what?
Chains.
The fuck?
Chains, we're not meant to be the comedy.
Oh, I was there. I'm there. I'm here, bro.
Okay. You were saying? Yes.
Fuck.
You're saying about the.
I love this immediately grabs my attention because of all the wacky characters at the background. And
Mhm.
if we go to, can you jump to chapter 5 for me?
Chapter 5. I'm on 6 now, so going back. Yeah. What we're saying. Hey, yo.
And just,
Jesus, who is this guy?
we're gonna, we should be at the paper bag guy.
Yeah, the buff paper bag guy. Fucking Jack.
He's my favorite. There's no real critique here. I
Aw.
just like
He's
him a lot.
cute. I love. He's a beefcake.
This is, yeah, he's a cute beefcake, and that's my favorite.
Mhm. I love
Yeah.
it.
Anyway, to talk about more of the actual comic itself, hot people. They're all hot.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
just some artists have that
Yeah.
that dog in them. You know what I mean?
Justified.
They all
Yeah.
hot, and it's hot and funny. So that's a good combination.
Mhm.
It looks
But
fun.
yeah,
Great art style. Holy shit.
What is a gorilla under there? What the fuck?
whoa.
Wild card.
Harambe.
I didn't want you to show people, but yeah, no, it's a great twist. I think the main protagonist is
Gotta see why.
because
Why now?
this is one of those stories where we have an average person put in a weird situation. Like, you know what I mean? We relate to the main character because we're if we were in that situation, we would be like, "What the fuck's going on?" And
Yeah.
all this random shit. And you know, the best part is she kind of just has to go along with it. But yeah, I think it's what makes this type of story really, really good and one of my top picks.
She has like pics of ladies. Like what the fuck? What? Something unique would do.
It's so random and funny.
It's
I
so
love it.
random. There's no direction. There's a very subtle hint of an actual story going on in the background. They barely address it.
And they're all just so pretty. It's not
Also,
fair.
Another really good thing this artist does is the stick figures,
Yeah.
right? Literally for some action scenes and stuff like that, stick figures. I don't know if it was a time thing, but it works. It works so
It
well with
works.
the randomness.
It works.
The comedy. Hey, yo.
I mean,
Yeah,
the contrast
Yo.
is so nice. The stick figures and the
Hey, we have some GL
Yeah.
action happening here. What's happening?
Look,
look.
That's what we like to see.
look.
Hey, yo.
Well, you
Look,
see here.
once you read the character, you know,
This
it's
is
it's
fun.
good stuff.
I'm gonna stop showing
But
you.
that also that blue alien guy, I love him as well. Anyway, I love all the characters. It's great,
cute.
funny.
hmm He's cute.
Yep, that's my critique.
I deserve
I loved it.
punishment for my indignation. Oh, he's
Whoa,
asking
calm down.
punishment.
Oh, you know. Calm down.
You need to read it for it to kind of make sense for his personality, but like, you know, just
Yeah.
go read it.
Goddamn.
Yeah,
Go
that blue
read it,
guy-
everybody.
Uh,
Looks amazing.
No. Be at Uning.
Oh, Chainsaw, can I get overripe?
Override? Oh shit, I saw that now. There we go.
Let me.
Override.
All right. I guess. Okay, then I guess I'll go.
You in there?
So, to bring the energy down, just from skits being up, that unfortunately we're gonna talk romance drama, but I thought personally it was drama romance. Overripe by Blacklapiz,
You're gonna have
and
to.
the art.
You cutting out a bit.
Okay, I'll talk slower. My bad, everybody.
Getting too excited from the last comic is what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, all right. Where did I stop? Basically, it's a comic that I would say the art style is super manhwa polished. Pretty people, pretty girl, pretty guy. Usually these commercial manhwa styles are not really my type
Whoa.
of reading material, but I just thought this one stood out to me for the lighting work.
Hey yo.
I think the lighting work needs to be studied here because I was just like, I think in the more gripping scenes at the back. Right now, in the prologue, it's mostly about MC and her life before the chaos. So you get to see a little bit of the niceness and everything, and then it comes into the gripping scenes where it's like MC's dad is like dying, and then she has to like hold it together and then yeah, the lighting for me in this comic is giving, but art style wise, it's there, it's polished and whatnot. When you keep scrolling down, you will come to the scene where it's more like a horror based, not horror, maybe thriller type lighting, where it's just like type settings and everything is giving. Okay, yeah, now we're arriving to that. We get into this like right, thundering, moody. She enters this house, like yeah, the lighting completely changes. And that's what I was saying about with like the lighting is giving and the type settings and everything. It's just very drama and gripping. But yeah, I really like the story because, to be honest, I wasn't reading for the male lead, which is shocking. Usually I'm reading fans, male, not necessarily female lead, but for this one, I really like the female lead. I just think she is sassy. She's got a lot of personality. I can't really say the same for the male. We haven't reached the male lead. He actually appears in the 3rd episode, I think. Yeah. Oh, no, wait, he's about to appear. Yeah, this is his uncle. This is her uncle. This is the male lead. And yeah, in the 3rd episode, we see more of... Yeah, we see more of the male lead. But like I said, I can't really say the same that I like the male lead. I don't quite care for the saturated, psycho-dominant CEO that needs to dominate in every situation. But he's a good enough element where the MC can move forward. So it's kind of like your typical drama story where you got the female lead and the male lead, but also the added element of the crime where the uncle potentially killed her dad because of like business stuff. And yeah, that's my thing. That's my kind of tea. Okay. So yeah,
murder.
This is murder. Probably.
Murder.
We don't know.
Murder.
We don't know if there will be murder, but you just gotta keep reading. You just don't know if there's murder. Was it personal? We don't. And yeah, this is her celebrating a birthday party.
What type of dress
yeah.
is that?
Nah, this is kind of a joke moment where they not get like the memo of like what to wear and stuff like that.
Damn.
And then these are like the bitches of her life, and she like that.
Yes.
It shows her sassy personality. Shows the MC is sassy. She don't take no hits and shit like that. And then you got the dominant male lead CEO.
It looks very webtoon. It looks like a webtoon.
Yeah.
It is
It looks
polished for sure.
clean.
It's like a webtoon polish
Then
commercial. Mm-hmm.
that's why you need
But-
you like this spot to turn into 30s? Is that what? What?
I just think the only reason Webtoon wouldn't pick this one is if there are better, more commercial art style stories out. But otherwise, I think this has a good chance of being picked up by Webtoon original.
Blood.
Just there. Yep.
Blood.
Possibly.
Yep.
Maybe.
We don't know. We don't know the crime that's going.
But he definitely stabbed someone. Someone got stabbed.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a
And the
crime
lighting.
mystery drama.
The lighting is very intense and gory when it's intense. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we can move on now to Chains.
Alright, to my one. This is
Give us your last one, Chains.
this is my last
Your
one.
last of your top 5.
This is top 1. Okay, this is up there. This is the top of the top that I've read so far. Okay, there could be more. I haven't gotten that far. There was 100 I left out because time. But this is about an exorcist named, I'm gonna fuck this name up because I think it's either Korean or Chinese. Okay, I think it's Chinese actually. It could be Shen Shuan. There's an X in there, okay? And I think I pronounced it correctly. So there's an exorcist Shen Shuan who investigates the mass abduction of 13-year-old girls. And basically... oh, wait. Actually, before we get into this part, I forgot. There's a prologue. I don't know why it skips directly to the prologue's on another page. Okay. Before that happens, there's this very big battle happening between good and evil, okay? It's like gods fighting each other, okay? And through this fight, there's this one of those gods who created a weapon who can kill gods. And in doing so, he kind of left the weapon open to use for the humans. So now the humans are able to kill gods. So it's created this kind of like world of chaos right now, and this is kind of where it leads to the demons going down. Or they called each other divine, but they definitely demons. Like they call each other demons and divine. So I don't know which is the right one here, but it's more or less.
Look at those scrolling panels.
What?
They're beautiful.
Oh yeah,
The scrolling panels. It's
Yeah.
so good.
the effects here,
Some people
the
so
fighting,
good.
real good, real good. Okay.
Colors are good.
Get stabbed in the throat, which is a really it's like a really cool effect here. Really cool stuff happening. Okay, it's really nice. You guys should check it out. This is how the comic starts, by the way. It's just fucking cool battle, people stabbing each other in throats, and you find out there's a real cool weapon that can kill gods. Okay, and then it leads into the first episode, which is kind of like this transition here. It leads into the first episode where it kind of picks up with this lady who happens to be an exorcist, and she didn't show up to work, and a colleague, I think, is reprimanding her. It's either a colleague or a boss. They don't really say. And then smart thing that this person did is they just copied those panels into the first 5 panels of the next episode, kind of like a recap, which I think is smart. And we get to here's the name, Shen. That's the lady.
Shen.
Shen.
What'd you say?
Shen.
Shin?
I think that's how they want you to say it. Shen. Yeah.
Well,
Shen.
you should know, Yuning. This is your people right here. So
I don't know. Maybe.
So we have Shen, who now moves on to this room, where she has a schoolgirl captured. Which, by first glance, you're like, oh, well, what the fuck? Is she out of her fucking mind? Is she like, what's happening over here, right? Is there some kinky stuff maybe happening? I don't know. And then we go down, and we notice, oh shit, she's about to kill this bitch. Goddamn. And realize this bitch is not even, she ain't even a real girl, okay? She's a demon in disguise. She
Whoa.
actually ate the girl and slurped her up like an oyster out of its shell, as she says. So,
Ugh. Oh.
so now
Ugh. I don't go for that.
we get to the stabby part where she shanks the living god out of this demon bitch and just goes to town on her. Literally just goes down, getting information out of her, basically employing interrogation tactics, a lot of stabbing, a lot of cutting. Because she is actually looking for a sister. She wants information on her sister, who has been captured through some means, and she wants to know more about that. And she also asks about some sort of mysterious figure without a face. So I don't know, demon without a face. I don't know what that means, but it's out there. And it's kind of a hint for maybe what's to come. And obviously she can't let this chick live, so she kind of kind of ends it right there. It's a mess. But luckily I didn't go with the red here, so I think this is safe for Webtoon because it's all yellowish blood.
Yeah.
I think Webtoon won't mind that. And she kind of just gets into a depression. She can't find a sister, and she has to clean up that mess, of course. So yeah, this is
That looks pretty awesome, not gonna lie.
that's how it starts off, and then it only gets crazier from there, because she pulls up to a school looking for some sort of artifact and the whereabouts of a sister, because the sister Joy had to go after some cult which worships these demons. And so she goes in, and this is where kind of all hell breaks loose. She beats this crazy looking entity. As soon as I get to it, she realizes she can't go through the door anymore. Whatever's there shuts the door. And you get this chick, she's like, is everyone here? Is anyone here? You know, she's looks pretty innocent, and then, but bam, this thing pops out, and you're like, what the fuck? And then she has to fight that thing.
Whoa.
And I think this is where the episode ends. So what I like about this comic is that it's just it leads you the false sense of hope. And then it's just well, guess what? It's a demon, bitch, and it just pops up in your face. And
Plot twist.
I kind of like how that works. But it's also an overall story happening here, and you kind of want to know what exactly is happening, and where's the sister, And there's so much questions, really. There's so much questions. You just want to read more. It just keeps going. And the flow of it is very nice. The flow of it's very nice. It's quite... it feels short because of how, like, not fast-paced, but, like, it has its bursts, like, throughout the series. And because I think it's so entertaining, you just fly past through the panels. Like, it's just really good. So, I mean, this is my number one pick. Action's good. Art's good. Like, pacing good.
Yeah.
Everything's good here. All solid. All solid stuff.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned with this.
Hell yeah.
You guys hear it here first. Top 1 for Chainsaw.
Yeah, there could be better ones out there, but this is my top 1 for now, guys.
Talt says that one
movie-
been most gripping, and I agree. It kind of seemed it was demons.
It should have
So-
been in, actually, yeah, it should have maybe been in.
It could go either way.
it
I
could
mean,
go-
like action needs a subgenre,
Well,
you know, like
yeah,
yeah.
I kind of see
Oh.
because like I can kind of see the scale of how things can go because it can turn into a massive giant fight because of how big scale, how big these demons like are scaled and everything. So like yeah, it can get crazy.
Go either way.
I do like the stabbing part. That's my favorite part.
Oh, and by the way, are
Uh-huh.
we gonna be putting a list out for everyone of like the comics that we've talked about, just in case you know?
I will have to put out a list.
We can put it in the
We
description
can do
after
a
it's over.
YouTube,
Yeah,
YouTube
just somewhere.
post and description.
Yeah, I can do that after the stream, you know.
Okay.
But okay,
We
that's
go to Jess.
All right.
now.
The Queen Candidate is my last one. This is my number 5.
fuck. Let me go find that.
Guys, we have honorable mentions later, so stay
We
tuned.
gotta fucking bump.
Yeah, we're going to speed run some honorable mentions.
Even though it's already 2 hours, but
That's
it's okay.
fine,
We
it's
got this.
fine, we got this. I
We
knew
got
I'd go
this.
first because we a yappy bunch, and that's just how it's gonna be.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I'm
I
having
knew we
fun.
were cooked from the start.
What time is it, Skids?
It is almost 2 in the morning. I'm still sick. I'm drinking lots of hot tea
Hell yeah.
so I can talk.
Damn.
Course,
Get
good.
well soon.
What do you
Get
say,
well
Jess?
soon.
Which one was it? The Queen.
The
Cat-
Queen Candidate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we need stakes for this list. Like, what happens if one of us guesses right?
Clearly, like,
Ooh, we
$200.
gambling now? I love gambling. Let's go.
Okay, I'll get into this. The Queen Candidate, I put it on my list because it's just, again, it's a very webtoony webtoon. Like it's
Mhm.
it's perfect for the platform, and it's very much in line with what they do. So it opens with this character Jean, and she's like feeling sick in a dark alley, and then these like creepy dudes here surround her, and they start saying weird stuff about her being magic. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then she's like, all right, well, if you want to fight, we'll fight. And then she rolls up her sleeves, and it's clear that she's been in other fights. Like, this isn't her first fight. People have been attacking her. So then she fights these guys, and they're alluding to her having some kind of magical abilities, and she's like, I don't know what you're talking about, basically.
Damn.
And the story is talking about this queen, and it's alluding to her being like some kind of fairy queen magic person. So then she's running from these dudes, and she comes across this handsome little gentleman here smoking in the alleyway. We're getting to my favorite part. She sees him,
Damn, what she
and
do?
she's like, you need to hide. And then she eats his cigarette. She eats his cigarette.
What?
What?
For why?
Oh my
Come
god.
back. Come back.
That's a power move. That's a fucking power move, dude.
Hell yeah.
She's like, you need to put this out and hide. And then she eats his cigarette. And he's like, what the hell?
She eats it. Those are
Hell
bad for you.
Swallow that shit.
I don't know why that happened. There's no context for it. But hey, it got me. I was like, what?
Hey,
So
yo,
then she's like, you need to hide. You little pretty little guy.
You know what? We need to get a hot guy counter when we're doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. And then she runs off, and then the monsters that were chasing her, one of them pops up. And look, he's actually a badass, secret badass. He's got these dark eyes, and then the monster calls him like a Fey hunter or something. And then he materializes. He says he's retired. He materializes a sword out of thin air and starts fighting this guy.
Damn. Oh, there it is.
And apparently these monsters drink blood. They're like another kind of Fey or something, and they drink blood. And they're hunting her to drink her blood because she's like super powerful, but she hasn't come into her powers yet. So like it'd be a good time to kill her.
Damn.
So then homeboy gets stabbed. So she feels bad and comes back and just kicks this monster's
Homeboy.
ass.
Wow. You pulled out that sword for nothing, huh?
Yeah, and then the sword starts talking to her. So it's like, you know, talking about the queen and, you know, whatever. She's like, what? I get the feeling she's just like a normal human. And then one day people start attacking her and she's like, oh shit, I have super strength. How did that happen? And she has no idea what's going on. But then she takes the guy to a hospital and then vanishes, and then that's the end.
What the fuck?
So it's alluding to this big magical world that we don't know what that is yet, but it has to do with the fairies, which is very popular with the ladies right now. Very popular genre.
Uh-huh.
So I picked it because I think Webtoon will like that. And it's got the romance element in there. It's got magic. I think
I see it.
very Webtoony.
I see it. They do love them commercial styles. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and you know, very pretty characters, pretty boy. I think it's a shoe. And it reminds me of, what is that vampire one that was really popular with the white-haired vampire girl? What was it called? Do you guys remember?
Was it from today?
No, it was a Webtoon original.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
No idea.
I know.
there was one that
If you know
they.
chat. if
I
you
know-
I think
know
it's
one.
concluded now, but they were really pushing it for a few years. They were really advertising it,
Talking about Hero.
Yeah.
and
The Hero Killer.
it was a white-haired vampire girl love triangle, and
No, what I'm thinking of.
yeah, it reminds me of that, except with fairies instead of vampires. So
Yeah,
Hell
weird
yeah.
tentacle guys. It's crazy.
I guess.
Unholy Blood, Apollo knows. It reminds me of Unholy Blood, like the look of it.
I see.
Yeah, look at his eyelashes. Go back up.
Mm.
Go back up, Chance.
The fuck?
Back up. Look at his eyelashes. Look how beautiful.
That is some nice rendering.
Yeah, I think he's a shoo-in for a Webtoon original male lead. So
Mm.
I think they might pick this one. It was interesting. I do want to know what happens next.
This guy's
So.
already my favorite guy. I love him. So, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he tried to save. He's a nice guy. He tried to save her from a monster and ended up getting stabbed. You know. So
Okay.
Should we move on?
I think that's it for Jess. Who else?
Yeah.
So now it's Skits.
Gets.
Why you keep
So-
forgetting me?
Right?
I'm just
What did
trying,
I do to you?
Also,
bro.
yeah, right.
I was in, bro.
Apollo says that's the Lash Blast 3000. I agree.
Let me see.
Can't get it from the drugstores. You gotta go to Sephora for it.
Mine is Misty Rain, I think. That's my.
Misty Rain. Misty Rain. Misty what? It's not here, Skits. Wait. There it is.
I think you had it up on another tab.
I got it. Don't worry. Oh, it's the BL.
DL.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Fuck it. I'll make an
He who reads the BL.
I'll make an exception.
It's Pride Month. Happy Pride Month.
Oh, but
everybody,
it's
by the way.
okay.
I know.
Okay, we can't.
It's a bit out of left field. I know I'm not the usual BL reader, but I'm not gonna lie. This was a good story.
Jess allows it, we allow it.
So let's start this off. So the first episode acts like a introduction to one of the characters and kind of what's going on in this world.
Uh-huh.
So essentially, we have a
What's
high school. Sorry, I needed a cough. I'm struggling out here, guys. Anyway, he's a bodyguard, you know what I mean? And he gets asked to do this job, you know. He initially declines, but she says, hey, I'm gonna give you a ton of money, you know. He's probably broke or something. He takes the job. Cool. Easy peasy. First episode done. Move on to the next one.
Go chains. Move
What,
on.
next episode?
Yep,
Yep.
next episode. I covered it.
Damn, okay.
Covered the
He's
whole
quick.
episode 1.
He's
He's
fast.
quick, he's fast.
He's a
He's
fast.
speed running.
I'm speed running this.
That's why he has those lightning marks.
He gotta go to bed. He's got curfew.
Curfew. It's 2 a.m.
Australia, weird.
Please.
Winter. Ew.
Stay back. Anyway, this is the interesting part. This guy's a bodyguard and he's, you know, he's checking out the target, eyeing him out, being like, what's the problem? Like, why am I being a bodyguard? Day 2, everything seems like it's going well. It's when we hit day 3 there seems to be a little bit of an issue.
The fuck? What happened?
We see our we get really introduced to who our second main character is.
Oh my god, is he like a... He looks like
Is
he's
he a
Fucking
murderer?
Badass.
Yeah.
He's badass. Right?
He's really bodyguarding
by
the rest of the world from this guy. Is
yeah,
that what's
that's exactly what it is. He's protecting other people from him.
My god.
that is
This
funny.
guy. It's what's the word? It's like subverting tropes. Something
Yeah,
like
he's
that.
like a sparkly, cute little character, and it turns out that he's a killer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that.
and we see, and like this is where, you know, this is where the sparks start to fly. You know, the guy's about to get attacked. Bodyguard comes in, swoops in for the save.
I gotta protect
So
my
I'm trying-
bully.
I know, you gotta protect the bully, dude.
Damn.
All right. And this is where it happens. Ka-chow. The punch comes in. He catches it. He's like, well, damn, you caught that. And I was like, at that moment, I was like, you got me.
He
I'm
finally
hooked.
met his match, you know?
I'm like, yes, this is like the whole, you know, like kind of like the brothers thing where they're both really good at fighting and they'll have each other's back. But it's
that-
also BL.
Yeah, they probably make
This
up.
is one of the first BL stories I've read where it really doesn't hit you in the face
Yeah,
and make it very obvious. If it didn't say BL in the start, I would have been like,
they wouldn't have known.
I would have known. You know?
So we're gonna
But-
build up the romance slowly, which is nice.
Yes.
It feels like a
yes,
slow burner.
exactly.
Yeah, I think
It's a slow burner.
putting BL in a thumbnail actually does this a disservice because then you don't know, you know, and then you come in.
Yeah,
here,
because
and then if you're into BL,
I think-
then that's the thing that just like, oh damn, I didn't know, and then it just, you know, boom, there you go.
this has been my favorite thing with BL and GLs recently. That is it's meant to be a story. There's an actual plot going on,
Yeah.
and then the two
Mhm.
main characters are also gay. You know what I mean? The BL isn't the primary focus, and I
Yeah.
think that's when these stories shine the best.
Yeah, the comedy is the primary focus here, which is what I like. They're going into running
Yeah,
away.
it's a story romantic subplot instead of a romance story with a plot
Yeah.
subplot. That's
Yeah.
what you're saying. Yeah,
Pretty much.
That's
nice.
okay.
That looks
And that-
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's my speed run done. Also, they have like a team of like 3 to 4 people on this, so it's a pretty big team.
Hell yeah.
What's Uning's?
I mean, as long as it's a good comic.
I will say most of the ones that I saw that were like, you know, that the ones that I picked that I thought were
Mm-hmm.
good enough to be picked by Webtoon, like that art style
Yeah.
that they like, a lot of them were teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Mine too.
I noticed that.
For the level of quality, you're gonna need a team for that short
Oh,
time frame.
is it me?
Yeah, it is you.
Me turn.
It's you, stupid Cupid.
Let's go. Sorry to everyone who are watching this. I am the final one, the final person with my
Final boss.
top 5 shortlist. So yeah, but we will have honorable mentions after this. So just keep waiting. All right, let's talk about Stupid Cupid by Abigrals. It's a romance comedy, and yeah, you can start scrolling. By the way, I want to talk about the art style. So the art style, so fucking pretty. Okay, I think we can establish that first. And yeah, the art style just kind of reminds me of if Nana, the manga Nana, meets Scott Pilgrim, the cartoon Scott Pilgrim from Netflix and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I adore the whole art style, and I adore the main character. And I think if you scroll down more, we will get to see her friend in a bit. Oh, well, yeah, we got like a little prologue going on, and basically the whole first episode
this one?
is about MC Life. Yes. Oh my god, guys, I am so in love
Of course.
with this goth chick. They are everything to me, okay? Like, I am more in love with her or whatever than the MC, okay? Anyway, I think I honestly have no critiques really for this comic. I adore the whole world building of their high school, and I think, to be honest, my only gripe with this story is, you know how in the beginning right now, what we're looking at is mostly focused on who MC is and her daily life and whatnot. But actually the point of the story is that MC is this Cupid, but they do not show this Cupid part of her until all the way in episode 3. So it feels a
episode
bit
3?
amiss. Yes, I was hoping the Cupid, which is like the main plot. I mean, I love the whole thing that like hypes up to
that's a good
it,
vibe.
but I just feel like if they had, right, this motorbike scene, insane.
Jess, what do you think? You
Like-
agree to the whole vehicle thing?
Yeah,
A good bite there.
Yeah, like my only gripe with this story is I had wish if the Cupid plot came in the end of episode 1 or something, or just we get a little prologue.
They should have.
I mean, we did get a bit of prologue in the beginning, but it didn't really set the tone properly for me.
They should have
So
done
that's
the thing.
the only thing.
They should have done a thing.
It didn't set the
where,
premise. So the MC is a Cupid, is what you're saying. And that's
But
what
you
the
wouldn't
story
have
is.
known. You wouldn't have known because you've been reading about how normal she is the whole time. Like, she goes to school, she has friends, blah blah blah, and she's like a normal high schooler, stuff like that. So yeah, the only problem I see Webtoon not picking this comic is maybe it just needs a bit more editing towards the story. But
Yeah.
you know,
Well, the premise
otherwise,
sounds cool, though. I bet an editor could get them to cut to the chase faster or something, you know?
exactly. So that's why I think it still has a chance to be a Webtoon original. It just needs some editing. Because you already got the fucking art, bro. And you got the fucking story that is quite interesting. Like this whole high school world building. It's very relatable, I would say. And yeah, I guess the whole Cupid thing might be a bit complicated for the story. But, you know, I think with a bit of editing here and there, it could definitely be a very good Webtoon original.
I do
Yeah,
love
this
the
is-
art. I see the Archie comics kind of thing you're talking about.
Exactly. It's got like Archie, Scott Pilgrim, but like fucking Nana as well. Anyway, This is probably my top pick, actually. Even though it has some flaws, right? It has a bit of pacing, storyboarding flaws. I still think it has a lot of fucking potential. That
Yeah.
even if they don't get picked, they can totally consider self-publishing.
Yeah,
Like I would
Yeah,
buy
it's
this
I can
book.
see this in a book. I can see
Beautiful.
Exactly. I would fucking buy this book
Even
for the
if-
goth chick.
it even has the book.
Let's
picture
fucking go.
happening. That's pretty cool. For the goth chick. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll buy it. I'll buy it for the goth.
you can see that.
Cause it's also got some Daria vibe to it, and I love Daria.
There
So
she goes.
if you know, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much my entries as well.
This
Thank
coloring,
you all.
coloring reminds me of the Valentine's comic. Me and Goth, me Goth in talent.
Yeah,
The
goth.
coloring
It's
reminds-
goth colors. If goth is still here.
Hmm.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah,
Anyway,
that's
yeah, head on
this is
to
the Cupid now you're showing. This is her becoming a Cupid,
Yeah.
basically. But again, it doesn't happen until episode 3,
yeah, it looks like
which
it.
is
I'm
a bit of a miss for me.
It reminds me of a comic that I also looked at, and like it's all like this wholesome comic. That's why I was like, I didn't put it in my list. But it was like this whole wholesome thing, and then at the end, right at the end of episode 3, the guy gets his heart like literally ripped out, and then I was like, okay, so what was all the other bullshit? Just like filler, bro. What the fuck's going on? And then it just left me hanging, and I was just there.
Yeah. Yeah, that did look beautiful, and the premise sounds really cool. So I bet I feel like they
Makes
still have a
people
shot.
fall in love.
Yeah.
She helps them, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get to
All right. Are we
But in
gonna
a high
speed run
school
our honorable
scenario,
mentions
yeah,
before we go?
you guys can
Ooh.
talk amongst yourself. I gotta get all the fucking links in this thing now because of all the
Ah.
honorable mentions.
Oh, let me
Bug
let me
the
compile
links.
them properly for you in the
Please.
chat for mine.
I think mine are already
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, Chesses is fine. Skits is.
Then we can
We
go
can do
with
mine
this
first.
first.
What?
I didn't
Well,
do it.
everybody's yeah, I can speed run my honorable mentions real quick.
Okay.
Do I have to show it or?
Yeah, if you want to pop them up,
I'll try.
I'll just do. We'll just show it, and I'll do a brief, like 2-sentence summary why I like it.
What's the name of your honorable mentions? Oh, yes, it.
The links are in the Discord
Yeah, I got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Fucking
if you want to just click them.
Got it. Huh. That should be all.
No,
of
I
it.
did put mine in.
Yeah.
I
put
had a
mine in.
really hard time. So whenever I started narrowing this down to 10, well, 5 main ones and then 10 overall, I had like 40. So there are a bunch that I think have a lot of potential that are not here. So Library of Infinity is dude wakes up dead. It's very isekai. Wakes up dead. There's a like goddess woman who tells him that if he wants to get out of this library that he's in, he has to go into people's stories who were murdered and change it so that he has to play out their life to make it so that they don't get murdered. And it turns out this guy is a serial killer. So that's cool.
Goddamn.
My next honorable mention is not in the guidebook.
Yep. Sup.
And just click on the episode, show the art. Like this one is like I didn't really grasp exactly what's going on here. It's like a fairyland kind of place. But the art is just so gorgeous. And there's like these women running a cafe and these like ghosts come in, but they say they're not ghosts. Not really positive
Hey,
what exactly
yo,
is happening.
That's what I like to see. What's happening?
But
here?
the art is just so beautiful. Like
Damn.
don't even
You think? Oh, damn. I don't know about the tentacles though. The tentacle throws me off. I don't know about.
yeah, the art is just so gorgeous.
I can live
I
with
feel
it.
like there's a big world there, and I didn't quite. The only reason it's not my top 5 is I didn't really quite understand what was going on in the world. Like I feel like I needed more context for the story.
Happening
But
is
it's so gorgeous.
What's happening?
Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
then we can move on to my next one. It's called Swan Song.
Yeah, that's it right there. What do you got to say about that?
Swan Song is about I think you're oh there it is. Swan Song is this kid who can see when people are going to die, like if someone's fated for death, or animals, like there's a little montage where he saves a snail from getting crushed on the sidewalk. And that's that he's living with this woman who I don't think he's related to, who is not a woman. She's like some kind, she goes into another dimension and she's some kind of like eldritch god creature. Don't know what's going on with that. It looked very promising. The art was lovely. It was really cool. It just felt like they were, the only reason it's not on my top 5 is I thought they were trying to put too much into this little bit of time.
Yeah.
It seemed like the pacing was a little too fast or something, or maybe it was just that I didn't understand fully what was happening. But yeah, the art is gorgeous. The story looked super interesting. I don't know why this kid who can see when things are going to die. See, like this shows how he sees it. So like the little snail has a little dark halo, and then he saves it. Yeah. Anyway, that one was really good. I think it has a shot. And then
Whoa. The disassembled man.
Yeah, the disassembled man.
Damn.
Is next. And this one, whenever I got to the end of it, I was like, wow, that was good. The only reason it's not in my top 5 is because I don't know. It might be a little too dark for Webtoon. It's a little bit out of their, wheelhouse.
Comfort zone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, this guy he's struggling in life. He's trying to take care of his little sister, and then he gets murdered and chopped up into pieces, and his body parts are all over this city. But they are somehow still, the body parts are still alive. So I think he's going to try to reassemble himself to go get the people who cut him up. And I think it said in the preview thing, that the description, that they murdered his sister. So I think he's going to go get revenge or go save his sister or something. Maybe they abducted her. I think that's what it says, actually. He's going to go save his sister. But
Revenge
he's trying to reassemble.
Absolute unique behavior right there. God.
And like each episode is kind of like following a different body part. So it's got like his foot, his hand, and the last episode is his head. And this kid finds his head in a bag. And that's where it leaves off. Really cool.
Yeah, it's really
super cool premise.
You want your kids to find heads in bags, really.
Yeah, beautiful artwork. Like it looks like an anime. It's gorgeous.
Amazing.
That's his little sister.
Wow.
Yeah, loved that one. It might be a little bit too dark for Webtoon, but it is most gripping, so maybe I think they got a shot.
I'm definitely.
And then the last one is The Keeper's Inn. And the Keeper's Inn is about time travel. And if you just click on the first episode just to show the art, the main character is this girl, and she has amnesia, and she's trying to find a tree. And you're like, why is she trying to find a tree? Well, she runs into another guy who is a time traveler, and it turns out that they use the trees to time travel. So like they have like this magical amulet or whatever, and the trees, like the older the tree is, the farther they can go back. Like they can go back to the lifetime of the tree, if that makes sense. And I just thought that premise was so cool. The art is beautiful. It leaves off with her, so she has amnesia. She doesn't know why she is looking for the specific tree. She just thinks that she should be. And she meets up with this guy who takes her to it because he's also a time traveler. And he shows her how to time travel, and then that's where it leaves off. they go back in time to somewhere. We don't know where. But yeah, the art is just gorgeous. I love the backgrounds, like the watercolory backgrounds. The characters are beautiful. And the premise is just so cool. Like, I've never seen anything like
I will
that.
say that the art in your guys' categories were way better than most of the stuff I did in mine. But maybe it's because I had over like 1,200, so maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, you had a lot to go through.
But yeah, look at that art. It's gorgeous.
It's amazing.
Yeah, but that's the guy she meets up with who's helping her try to figure out why she has amnesia. And apparently time traveler amnesia is like a common condition that he knows about, but they haven't explained what why that happens.
Damn.
All right. Hell yeah.
Let me open skits links.
Shall we get
Skits you up.
final 5? You got this.
I mean,
Skits.
I can do it.
You
Did I
can
get
do
them
it,
all?
bro. You
Well,
can shut down after this.
Did I get
I'm
them
gonna
all?
speed run this shit.
Let's see.
Let's
no.
fucking go.
1, 2, 3, 4. You only have 4?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. There we go. This is
We'll start with Dearest Admirer because it's just there.
uh-huh.
Oh, board Lich.
It's in the
Sorry, I'm
second-
following your stream.
Yeah. It's in the third one, we just close this a different one. They also named it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So
Yeah, we love him here. Honestly, Dearest Admirer could honestly be thrown into the slice of life romance category just as well as it being in a comedy. It was a cute BL. What can I say? A couple funny moments here and there. It's I guess the premise of the story is two people that like each other but absolutely think neither of them notice each other, and they both think they're super subtle about it either. It's two oblivious human beings like each other. It's a good story.
Oh yeah.
Go to the next one.
To the next one. I'm speedrunning this.
Hey, some GL action.
We got this.
Yep, now we're moving on to GL. No, we're a man of both
Immediately.
worlds.
This one?
Yep, that's the one. I think the great thing about this story is that the two primary protagonists are fleshed out in terms of personality very well, and they're both very unique in their personality. One is the leader of a gang, doesn't take shit, super badass, kind of sarcastic.
Lactose intolerant.
While our other female lead is, she's the type of person who is super strict, set of rules, doesn't give you leeway about anything. So it's like two people from two different worlds colliding. And I gotta say, the art in this story is so good.
Damn, this
The way they draw
thick.
the features, some of the
Yeah.
angles.
He's
Good
thick.
stuff.
Damn. Everyone
I'm
works out in this comic, bro. Everyone works out.
Yeah, God, I know, right? They're looking good.
These ladies don't miss gym day. Ah, damn, that's crazy.
I gotta say, I just love the
Yeah.
style of it.
Muscled up, mommy.
But they also have some of that African persuasion, you know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next one.
Yeah,
That looks funny.
yeah. Honestly, because I ain't gonna lie to you, comedy is pretty straightforward and basic when it comes to describing. This is on this. Yes, fantastic. I really had a hard time not kind of fitting this with the first the 5, the list of 5 we had to make, because this one is just so classic in how funny it is. There's nothing over exaggerated, really simple art style to convey what's going on, but it fits so well with the jokes. You know what I mean? It is such light-hearted humor. This is something you read maybe in the morning really quickly, you know, something like that. It's something I could see there being like over 200 episodes because of just how simplistic, but like how good it works with the story. This is one of those times where the story and the style, I think, works perfectly together.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty fun.
Looks cute.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cute. I love it.
Old Lich.
Would you say it's fantastic?
I would say it's fucking fantastic.
Oh damn, this one.
Okay, this is
Alright.
Old Lich. Okay, now
Final,
this is
final.
this one's a bit more different. This one is a story that takes place in a fantasy world about dungeons, and it's in a world where the dungeons are run by one very strong monster. In this case, it's a lich. But for the lich, it isn't a dungeon. It's more like a restaurant in the sense that he wants a lot of people coming in and doing his dungeon. You know, the more people come in, the more popular his dungeon is.
Yeah.
So he's trying to like figure out how to make it popular, and he's very like, it's the story starts off with he hasn't had any good adventurer actually get to the boss room in like 2,000 years, and he's like, okay, wait, how do I get them to get to this boss room? And it's just like shenanigans of him trying to figure out what he can do to like make his dungeon more popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Funny.
like it. It's just the premise is so unique, and you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, you know, there's like a scene where he's like, you know, I turned off the traps to make it easier, but now no one's coming through and I'm confused. I'm like, that's, you know, he's running a business, not a dungeon.
He's running a business. Yeah. That's funny.
Alright.
Yep. And that about wraps it up for my honorable mentions.
Hell yeah, this is actually a pretty good.
Great job. Loved all of them.
We're
Hell
gonna
yeah.
look forward to Yuning. Her,
I sent you
I
on
got
Discord,
it.
right?
I got it. There they are.
All right.
Which one?
My fellow people, unfortunately, you know, this is the honorable mentions from my part. And yeah. Yeah, I
Why
know. You know,
unfortunately?
sometimes you watch a live stream, you're hoping people talk about your comic and stuff like that. But there are so many submissions this year, guys. We have to go through all of them.
guys. I'm sorry to say.
No.
The competition was really stiff this year.
It was
Actually,
it was
pretty-
very
It was
fierce.
tough.
That was pretty hard.
You will
It took
notice
us almost
I got
3
my own comic.
hours to go through
I did
all
not
of them,
put my
right?
own comic anywhere in there because I don't think I have a
I
shot.
gave up. Like,
I was
fuck
about
that
to
shit,
say,
bro.
Haynes didn't read his own comic, and I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think my
I'm
comic
like, fuck that shit.
No, I know,
Yeah.
I know.
I don't have a shot.
Okay.
That was so good.
Mhm. Okay,
Yeah.
then we can start with the King's Garden. I'll just, well, quickly go through my honorable mentions. You can start scrolling the comics, but yeah, I just thought this story also had a lot of potential. It has a very nice setup where in the prologue, it's like you meet this short ass human, but she got like a green thumb. Of course, you meet this king first, and then you meet this short ass human. Basically, this human is in the giant's kingdom selling flowers, and everyone's intimidating, right? But she's like naive, and you know, I'm just here to sell flowers. And the whole premise of the story is the giant king will later appoint her to help clean up his castle garden. And I just thought the story is funny, and they kind of bully her a lot for being short. Maybe Jess can relate to that. And
Hell yeah.
overall,
Short people problems.
overall, very great fantasy world building. And I like that the king is like smug and sort of like chaotic evil, chaotic good, I would even say. But yeah, that's the King's Garden.
Cool.
We can move on to the next one.
That's the next one.
Starboy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Starboy is this one probably BL. I don't want to say much, but it's gotta be BL, yeah.
Whoa.
It has a very, very pretty art style.
Hey.
It goes very dark, very quick, like what you guys are seeing now. But the premise is basically a happy kid that goes through hardships. Like just now, you saw the dad's death, but he has a normal family still. And that death hasn't completely destroyed him and his spark. He's like a bright boy, right? And he sneaks out at night to go do graffitis, positive graffiti. And yeah, he basically carries on his dad's passion for drawing, and he just did it with graffiti. And the hook of the story is him finding this person who is about to kill himself at the very end. So at the very end of
A lot
episode
of
2, you
suicide in our
see it.
list.
There is a lot of fucking suicide. There is a theme going on, everybody. I don't know about these suicidal comics. I think YouTube is gonna block us, but yeah, you might have to edit out a lot of what we're saying.
Is this even safe for
Chainsaw.
YouTube?
Yeah, but it's still a great comic. I highly recommend it. Only reason I didn't pick it is I thought it might be a bit too dark. Yeah.
It's getting crazy.
All right, let's move on to the last one. Is DandelionTea.
What do heck?
Also probably BL, not gonna lie. And it has a beautiful art style, guys. I love these type of paneling where it's like made for a book, not necessarily made for Webtoon. And the colors and everything, and the world building is like medieval as well. It's got like a little cozy atmosphere going, but also a bit of a worldly conflict, which is, well, there's a bounty hunter in town that is looking to kill some witches. And you got a lot of witches in this town. Damn. So yeah, that's pretty much the worldly conflict going on, but otherwise, the characters, humors, and the lighthearted aesthetic of the comic kind of makes up for like the dark theme that is going to happen. So yeah, that's my final honorable mention for the day.
I gotta bring up mine,
Yeah.
which I didn't search, so you guys can just
Ugh.
don't worry.
So let's talk
Don't worry.
while Chains is bringing up his. What do we want to do for our stakes if we're correct? Maybe the person who gets the most correct wins, and then the other people have to draw them in art.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoever gets
Out
the
of our
most.
Is it the top 10, or are we doing top 5? Top 10.
Ooh.
I mean, as
Whoever
many
gets the most
we
right.
got in there, whoever gets the most in there, yeah, for the top,
Yeah,
for the
we'll do-
honorable mention and the top 5, I would say.
I think so. I think we should include all of them.
I'll do
Yes.
three. There we go.
And
3 I'll do.
yeah,
Yes,
you guys
And
can
if we don't
chime
get
in with us.
If we don't get a single one right, we'll do a community piece collaboration for us. That's for you, chat.
You guys better get ready to draw me some art, because I'm on the pulse of what Webtoon likes.
I'm
I think
cooked.
I got this.
All right. I think
I know
Chainsaw is
I'm
ready,
not ready.
right?
Yeah. So this one called Limitless Godbound. Okay, this one was pretty good. Like the art's really good, and it's an overall like something happening in the back. Like, you know what I mean? Like it starts off nice and wholesome. 2 guys fighting it out, having fun. 2 kids actually, and they just having a good time. And then eventually, like, this one kid over here, I can't even remember what his name was. I don't even know if they mentioned it. They just called him the prince or something. And he stumbles across his dad saying something, and he gets suspicious, and he looks into it and whatever. Finds a whole bunch of nonsense happening behind the scenes right here. And it just unravels pretty nicely. I kind of just really like it. The art, like I said, is pretty good. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's bearable. It's a nice, nice
And
read.
there's like some political bullshit happening, or
Yeah, there's some sort of power hidden that his father's not talking about, and yeah, he finds this like weird demon chick in the dungeon, and it's like, what the fuck's going on? So yeah,
a lot of
That's where all
demons.
the demon
We have a lot of
chings-
demons
lot
in
of
our.
demon. Speaking
A
about
lot of
demons,
demons, a lot of suicide.
great segment. We have My Spine Belongs to the Demon Lord, which
Oh yeah.
is also
Oh, lol.
great comic. It has that isekai type feel to it. This chick was born with like a weird type of spine. She got bullied for it and shit.
Scoliosis.
Maybe, but she has this weird type of spine. And let me just move on further down. So she's one day just sleeping and she gets pulled into a portal out of fucking like this guy literally drags her by the leg into a portal while she's sleeping. She just gets fucking world.
That's funny.
He appears onto a dragon with like all these crazy fucking people just going nuts, and it's just like
What is going on? It's so chaotic.
and then she accesses the demon's power, and we soon find out that like these little balls like on the back of a spine is actually like a seal. It's withholding the demon's power in her, and like as soon as all of them pop, she like I think a demon takes over or something. It's like I think that's the whole thing that's happening here. There's one part where they talk about like her, like how did she, because she had I think 32 vertebrae or something, and she only has 28 now. So they're like, what the fuck happened? She's like, oh, I went to the chiropractor and he kind of popped my back a bit, so he kind of popped the seals loose for her. And like this whole thing is unraveling for her, and yeah, it's pretty fun to read. This is a good comic.
That's weird. It's weird. I like it.
That's pretty fun. Eventually, at the end, she gets like a cool demon arm, so like the power gets released and shit. It's pretty cool. It's cool shit.
It's cool as.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
This is Aminimina. I swear
Let me try and help you. I'm a Nemine.
these people make these names for me just to stream wrong. I swear to fucking god, bro. It's like names are like so crazy. So this it's about this is priest chick, right? She has some sort of healing power, and she's with this guy who he's kind of like a big bruiser type guy. He has like metal arms for some reason. I don't know if they bionic or if they just armor, because from what it looks like, I think they armor. I'm not quite sure. But it's a pretty interesting story. There's like these, if I can remember correctly, this is like this orphanage, and something happened and fucking everyone died, and she was the only survivor. And it happened at like every church throughout the land. So like they're trying to figure out what the fuck's happening, and whatever happened to the people, the bodies are not have never been seen again. They just disappeared. Like they don't know what the fuck's going on, and they have to just kind of figure it out. And they have a pretty cool dynamic. When this guy shows up with a fucking shotgun, where is he? Is that him? Yeah, he shows up, just blasts the guy in the chest, blew a hole through his chest. But she has a really cool healing power, and she can heal fucking. She can regenerate like any wound. She can bring your entire body back if there's like a little bit of it. Like she has like really cool healing powers. And yeah, it's the dynamic between her and the other guy is he's just the bruiser, and she just heals him repeatedly as he fights this guy. So it's he just doesn't die, and he's super strong. So it's a pretty cool dynamic. It's pretty fun. And yeah, the fight scenes are pretty cool. The art isn't really it's kind of meh, but it's good. It's good. It's good enough. You know what I mean? This guy
Hell yeah.
it's pretty good. I enjoy it.
That's it, right? That's the last
That should be it.
honorable mention.
Hell yeah.
Last honorable mention.
Let me just
Nice.
We made it, guys.
We
fuck.
did it.
Guys.
Fucking
did
did
it.
only 3 hours it
Only
took.
3 hours.
But yeah.
I read so many comics.
Oh, I read so many comics. I binged it like it was my fucking exam.
This was
guys.
like, bro, it was like
But-
we were the judges fucking judging this thing.
Dude.
now
Yeah, they have their work cut out for them. Oh my god.
luckily there's
Yeah, for real.
multiple judges. So I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There were a lot. It
I
was a
feel
lot.
bad for even submitting now because they have to go through everyone and then go through mine. Be like, why are you wasting my time? You know?
when I read through like a prologue,
Oh.
like a whole essay I'm reading, and I'm like, fucking hell, man, what am I doing? Where's the images? This is
Yeah.
I couldn't believe some of the entries. I'm not even gonna lie.
yeah,
I
that's
was
pretty-
baffled and confused.
Apollo says he was happy to waste their time.
To be fair though, I have been picking all these webtoons based on their thumbnails. I think thumbnails is truly what makes or breaks the attention
See,
of a reader.
but my number one pick, that beautiful what was it, No Room for Evil one, the thumbnail was not that good. Like you couldn't see it very well.
Yeah.
Lol, Polo.
Not that good.
Yeah.
I was not
Yeah.
expecting it when I got into it. I was like, holy shit, this art's amazing. What is happening?
Yeah.
I did the whole one episode thing. If it didn't get me by the first episode, I was not reading anymore.
Yeah, that probably would have been.
Same.
I tried to give all the ones I read a shot at first, but then there were so many, like I started doing that, just clicking into the first episode and being like, you know, which is, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
not really fair. But I feel like that's what's gonna happen with the judges. You know, there's so many.
And,
Exactly.
and definitely,
That's what they're gonna do to my comic. They're gonna click on it and be like, dead parents, I'm out of here.
there was even one comic where they didn't have 3 episodes, so they just duplicated the first episode twice. So like, they just had the first episode, and then you go to the second episode. It's just the first episode again, and then it's the second episode after that. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Wasted my time. I
I
think.
think. Mhm.
Yeah, and that's.
I think. Oh, you go first.
Oh, I was gonna say, I literally, and we've already talked about this, but I literally read One Piece, but superheroes, bar for bar,
Yeah. Oh,
character for
shit.
character. Right?
What
I was to
comic
say
was
that. I think it was Team Nuts and Bolts or something like that. It's like at the top of comedy.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
that one's
we
kind
know
of
about that
controversial.
one.
That
Yeah,
one's kind of controversial.
we know about that one.
Um,
Like they straight up copied One Piece or something.
And look, it was very similar, but we don't know. We don't know who they are. you know,
Okay, okay.
at the end of the day.
But that one's
all I'm gonna
no
say.
accusations. No accusations. I'm
Yeah.
sure everyone tried their best, and they made the
Yeah,
best things
exactly.
they could,
And there was
and
a lot
something
of-
that they wanted to read.
Yeah, there was a lot of comics that just I felt like they were out of place. They needed to be in like most gripping or feels or
Yeah,
the comedy genre. Like they were just out of place here, which was
Yeah.
pretty bad for them because I felt like some of them could have done very well in other categories, but yeah, it just didn't work out. Like this
I
comic
just-
here, Gamers versus Zombies, really good. I think it would have done well in most gripping actually, but yeah.
I just want to add for the final say that we had a lot of suicides this year. Guys, if you're struggling mentally, please call a helpline and don't put your characters
No, but maybe
through it.
but- No, but maybe that's the way of getting through it. Maybe that's the coping mechanism.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe
It's just
doing more suicide-
so many,
Helps them cope.
so many.
You know what I mean?
There's so many. Yeah.
I mean, he's one
All
of
right. Do we end
Well,
it or we go into?
are we gonna? You said you wanted to do a quick plug, Yuning.
Oh yeah, we gotta do a quick plug for everyone.
Okay.
I mean, I'll leave the links
Who
to you
goes
guys' info down in the description. But is there anything else that you guys want to promote or anything you guys want to put up? Oh, shit.
Yeah, for me, I just want to say really quick, next week, about the same time actually, where I'm going to be hosting a Webtoon roast session, live stream, with these guys again.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, you guys can submit your Webtoon to be critiqued, to be looked at if you're interested. Not necessarily you have to join the contest to be submitted. Even your normal comics that are not in the contest, you can submit for us to look at.
And we are
Yeah,
going to
this is
recap and see how right we were or wrong we were about our
Exactly.
predictions.
Yeah,
We're gonna do an
also-
update for our predictions over there as well. Chainsaw will link my YouTube in the comments if you guys are
See
interested.
who has to draw fan arts.
For real.
I'll link it
For
up
real. But yeah, that's my
Especially-
plug. You guys can go.
to find
That's
you.
all I have to say.
Yeah,
it
my only plug is that I make a comic called The Curse of Bailey Bog. It's on Webtoon and Global Comics. And you can find me on Instagram, hobbish.comics. That's about it.
Yeah, go support. Go support.
Anything you want to bring up, Skits? Skits is in the story.
No, not really. I'm a mysterious human being. I'll
Skits
be
is a
here and
dude.
there.
We
Yep.
enjoy Skit's presence today, didn't we all?
Hell yeah.
We
Guys,
truly the
depressing.
comedy
been through a
man.
lot, but he made it.
The comedy man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, Chainsaw, what about you? Anything?
What did I want to? Oh yeah, if you guys want to maybe submit your comics to the roasts, there is a link in the description. There's a form there. You guys can add in your interest there, and I'll have a look at it and I'll make a video on it on the channel, roasting your shit up and giving critiques as well. So if you guys, you know, feel like you want your stuff seen, put it up there.
Hell yeah. That's it.
Yeah, that should be
Oh
it,
my
guys.
god. We're
Um,
finished.
It's gonna be
Yippee. I can go
That was
pee.
done.
I'm released.
That was
I
something.
I mean, I could do another hour and just talk shit for another hour.
No, hell no. I'm about to die over here. We got this though.
Lol,
was
this was what
beautiful.
we started like what 5 hours ago now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were in chat for
Yeah.
basically 5 hours together. So I mean,
Poor,
I
poor
wasn't. I had
Skits.
breakfast.
Guys, I did it. I made it through the whole
Poor
stream.
I mean, me
Gonna be
chilling,
fucking 5 a.m. soon.
me chilling with Yuning for a whole 5 hours, bro. Goddamn. Can't
Yeah, this
believe it.
Discord call does say 3 hours, 40 minutes on my end, and I've been here the least amount of time, so.
Yeah. But great fucking stream. I enjoyed myself. Thank you all for having
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Blab about webtoons. That was fun.
Yeah.
Bye
Cheers,
bye.
everyone. Bye, everyone. Oh. Flipping all the switches here, guys. Hold on. I'm flipping like back and forth.